rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fams on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rock in Knicks Universe, the main man, Uncle Freezie. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast, the premier Knicks in the Nighttime show. What's good? What's good? What's good? It's good to be with y'all, man. Good to see y'all. I hope the evening hours have seen you well. I am fresh off of a relaxing couple of hours after the game, trying to get my mind right. Trying to get my mind right after what I just saw. I hope you, the viewer, did the same thing. I hope you are in a good place right now. Claude, have mercy. Juan B in the building. The original DSJ is in the building. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. Soulfinger is in the building. DSJ, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to keep it a stack. I was so frustrated right at about the third quarter that I was ready to trade everybody. But I went into the room. I listened to some real R&B, some Kenny Lattimore, and some others, some Atlantic Star, some Midnight Star, some SOS Band, some Gap Band. And I am now in a better place, though I am not perfect. I'm not perfect, but I'm in a better place than I was at about 8:45. Peace and love to the chat. Respect. Respect. For a little while, I was sounding like a raging lunatic. And then somebody told me, and this is what it sounds like when and I was in that mode of let's go, right? But you know, it's frustrating. Yeah, Soulfinger say that men at large Not yet, but I do love that joint. That I'm So Alone. Yeah, that's fire. Mo fire. Mo fire. Mo fire. But after watching how a real NBA shooting guard can make a team look unstoppable, there's nothing anybody can tell me about Quentin Grimes going forward. Right? No disrespect, but y'all can't tell me shit about Quentin Grimes, man. And then after the press conference, I'm going to pull up something on Twitter. It's a quote. And I'm not blaming Grimes totally for this loss, everybody. I'm not. I just think we didn't play well. I think we were overmatched, completely overmatched, and didn't. Let me take that back. I'm not going to say we didn't play well. We were completely overmatched. Completely. I'm looking for. I'll show this first, though. You know what? I'm going to show y'all this. I'm going to share the screen, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Are we bullying, or do we have a point? Right? Y'all tell me. Oh, that's a little small. Yeah, that's a little small. Are we bullying, or do we have a point? This Cully man, I can't wait till the Cully goat show up. Because this Cully man right here, man, give him a chance, Uncle Freezie. Stop being so mean, Uncle Freezie. I can't wait to Cully get in here, bro. Oh, there you go right there. There you go. There he go. No, ain't no salute. No, ain't no salute, bro. No. I'm putting my hands in my pocket. No, ain't no salute. Ain't no salute, bro. This Cully man's. Quentin Grimes' last 7 games, 0 points, 3 points, 3 points, 6 points, 0 points, 4 points, 0 points. Yo, this dude is putting up hockey player numbers, bro. Now, ain't no salute, Cully. No, ain't no salute. No, ain't no salute. Yo, the Milwaukee Bucks legit had a very average NBA shooting guard, and it made all the difference. It made all the difference. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know who I'm more frustrated with. With the Cully Goat, that's my brother. The Cully Goat is my brother, right? But I'm mad frustrated with him, right? Him and Julian Blum. With Brunson, bro. Yo, I trust these dudes. I trust these dudes, bro. I trust Julian Blum. I trust Cully. And yo, come on, man. Give Grimes a break, man. You know, he only played. Bro, come on, man. This dude scored 16 points in 7 games. We sit up here and fight every night, and that's not kosher. I reminisce with Bliss before we was closer. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing about Grimes, we all the time, bro. All the time, bro. All the time. And it's not just Grimes, because I'm gonna get to quickly also. All that dancing and he's smiling and he only show up with his mama at the game. Bro, I'm past that, bro. I'm past it, man. Cully be bringing people into the conversation. Yo, the Queens dudes. First of all, salute to Queens, New York. Shout out to the greatest borough that has ever existed, the Bronx, New York. Shout out to the Bronx. Shout out to Queens. Shout out to Manhattan, the island of Staten. Shout out to the borough that's always saying, "What about me, Staten Island? What about me? What about me, Staten Island?" Shout out to Queens. Shout out to, it's 5 of them. I'm always gonna forget one. It's 5 boroughs. So shout out to the Bronx. Shout out to Queens. Shout out to Long Island. I know that's not a borough, but shout out to Brentwood, Central Islip, with all my cousins, any McNeils, y'all know over there. They're my cousins, they're my people. Shout out to all the Richardsons and Jacksons and Far Rockaway and Inwood. Shout out to all the Sims in the Bronx, New York, all my peoples. Nev the Disruptor is in the building. Salute, salute. I just can't take it, y'all. I can't, bro. All these built-in excuses. We have so many excuses, man. Emmanuel Quickly has been disappointing me for about a month. And that's my guy. Emmanuel Quickly has been disappointing me for about a month. Right? Yo, and somebody put out an APB for Josh Hart, please. I did get to see Jacob Toppin tonight. That was dope. Got to see Deuce tonight. Deuce McBride played 2 minutes and had a better game than Quentin Grimes. Twenty Sam says, light-skinned Tony Snell. Right. Light-skinned Tony Snell. But then again, anything lighter than Tony Snell is light-skinned. Shout out to Tony Snell. Because we all know Tony Snell is 1159, bro. Tony Snell, that dude, but he 1159. That's my guy. Shout out to Tony Snell. I'm putting out an APB for Josh Hart. I can't, bro. I just can't, man. Tonight, bro, we could say Tibbs all we want, man. Tibbs all we want, bro. This is not a Tibbs game. We can't blame. Yo, you can't always blame the coach, man. Sometimes. Yo. I don't know, bro. I'm at a loss for words. I can't take it, bro. And then I went in the room. I listened to some Kenny Lattimore. Listened to some Keith Washington, not Keith Washington, Atlantic Star, Midnight Star, SOS Band. Tried to relax, trying to get my mind right, man. Took a little bit extra longer. Didn't want to get on the show sounding crazy. But every time I see y'all, oh my God, bro, I gotta take this down, bro. I gotta take because I already know Cully gonna blame Tib as soon as he get up here. Let me just get it. I'm gonna just go ahead and get it. I'm gonna just put the link in the chat so my man can go ahead and get it over with. He can be like, Uncle Freezie, what you got against light skinned dudes, man? All I'm gonna say is this, bro. With all these dudes on the roster with heart in their name, why we still Denzel need Denzel to come through here? Why we still need John Q to come through here, bro? On a positive note, Jalen Martin suited up tonight. On a positive note. Yo, and if somebody else, if one more person point out all the flaws in Julius Randle, I'm gonna pull my hair out because I don't want to hear it. If one more person say something about Randle, I swear I'm just gonna hit the crying baby every time they talk. Julius Randle came to play. And I knew it because of the first play. He dove right into Giannis' chest, and Giannis is backing up to the ref crying. He do physical. The same thing he do every game. He elbowing, pivoting with his elbows up, and bumping people with his shoulder, bumping Mitch out the way and dunking, and then mean mugging in the camera. Giannis, you not mean, bro. And yes, I dislike Giannis. Yes. And when I first started this channel, people was like, he the American dream, Uncle Freezie. He came from Greece and I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. No, I don't like Giannis. Y'all can tell me all this stuff y'all want to tell me. Man, he was 180 pounds when he got drafted. He didn't eat and blah, blah, blah. And that's why he put on all that weight. I don't care. I don't care. One person was like, yo, ain't both of y'all Nigerian? Yes, I'm Nigerian. Yes, I am Nigerian, right? People like, but yo, Giannis is Nigerian too. I don't care. And I know I'm rambling and babbling, but I'm tired of losing on the big stage, bro. I'm tired of losing on the big stage, man. I'm tired of watching the Knicks lose on the big stage, man. And I know y'all not tired of losing on the big stage. Because some people, some of y'all, right? Some of y'all are just glad to be on the big stage. At least we here, Uncle Freezie. At least we here, Uncle Freezie. At least we on the big stage. 2 years ago, 2 years ago, a friend of mine, I already know how it go. JJ in the building. Jake in the building. King Ribby in here. All right. I see y'all. To Die For is in the building. Keith Turner in the building. Keith Turner, you supposed to be a superhero. Where you was at when the Bucks was kicking our ass? Keith Turner a damn superhero. And when we needed him, his ass was on smoke break. Keith Turner, where was you at when we needed a hero, bro? Keith Turner, we needed a hero, and you was on smoke break. Really? Keith Turner let us get beat up by the Bucks? Come on, Keith Turner. God dog it. Rob the Nick in the building. Rob the Nick says, it ain't easy being Freezie. OG, I still owe you a beer too. I think you paid for the beers in Charlotte. I think I owe you. I think I owe you a beer. I think I still owe you a beer from Charlotte, man. So whenever we get together, bro, I gotta make sure that you straight. Finger in the building. Salute.
What's going down, huh?
Man, where the hell was Keith Turner when the Bucks was kicking our back in?
Man, I heard
Keith Turner supposed to be our hero?
I heard they were doing him in like they tried to do John Wick. Who wouldn't let him in the building.
They would let him in the building.
A few. Yeah, he had to take out a few. So by the time he finished everything, it was a wrap.
By the time Keith Turner got free, man, the Bucks already done kicked our back in, bro.
Yeah, I mean, after he finished, after he smoked that cool and took down a few cats, it was over with.
That joker's he out here smoking cool 100s. It take an hour.
That's what I'm saying. That's all. It take an hour to smoke just one.
He out here smoking them cool 100s with the pinstripe on it.
I'm telling you,
take you an hour to smoke that thing, man.
Had that joker behind his ear.
Yo, salute to our brother Keith Turner. That's our man's right there. That's our man's right there. Salute to Keith Turner, bro. That's our guy. Right.
Keith Turner, aka bring me the smoke.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to say, bro.
I was wondering because I was like, am I tripping? But did Grimes go nut? he went nothing.
Oh my God!
I'm not even mad, Freeze. Remember I was got on. I said, we've been beating the teams we supposed to beat, but when we play the teams that the big dogs, we'll see where we at. Right? Remember I said that.
Right.
Well, we see where we at. We got it was painful. I mean, well, like I said, you're just numb, bro. I mean, it is what it is. We're not there. That's just what it is. We're not there. There are moves that need to be made. And we'll see what happens. I mean, it was 20 games into the season. Got mollywopped tonight. I know a lot of cats were hyped and wanted to see this go. I mean, we were doing. I mean, still.
And we was going toe to toe.
Yeah, we were. But then, the dreaded third quarter.
Dan Thibodeau went in at halftime and messed it all up, as usual.
Man, I can't even blame. I can't say Tibbs be tipping.
Yeah.
Tibbs, I can't say Tibbs be tipping because first of all, if you can't hit an elephant in the ass with an ironing board, you kind of stuck like Chuck. We couldn't hit our threes. I told you also before, Freeze. I talked about I'm concerned about. And it's one thing everybody's like, oh, we're not. Some people say, oh, you should leave it alone, but that length can cause problems too. I know we're number one defensive team and we're getting rebounds, but when you play a longer physical team, that can wear you down. Size matters.
Yeah.
But the overall, we just couldn't hit. We couldn't shoot. They were not hitting their shots.
Right.
They weren't hitting the shots. IQ, his shot was off. I know in the third quarter, they flashed Dante's score. He only had 4 points. I'm like, dang. We were basically ice skating up here But Randle came to play. He was trying to put the team on his back and do what he had to do. He came to play. He was like, I'm not gonna let Giannis. I mean, he was, he was gonna let Giannis punk him. He was out. Randle was trying. He was trying to do the punking.
Right. Hey, let's pause right here just for a second so we can plug your eardrums right quick because Wiz likes his intro extra loud for some reason.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you,
Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, put them drinks down and get on your feet. Put your hands together for the R&B sensation, DSJ. Ladies and gentlemen, DSJ.
Yo, what's good, fellas?
What up? Oh, man. DSJ.
Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody on the panel. Listen, the moment that I heard Size, all I could think of is We Are the Midget Backers.
Shout out to the Troll King as he comes in through the door.
Yo, all I heard was a statement game. We made a statement, all right. The statement is we suck. It's a statement we made today.
I mean, well, Wiz, like I said, I'm not upset. I wanted to see how we were planning, how we were going to match up against, the contenders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're beating up on, we've beaten up on the little kids in the playground. So, we got to go up. You move on up, and then we see how things go down.
You know what it's called? You know what they call people who beat up on the weaker people?
Oh, wait right there. Let me do that just real quick. Let me do this real quick. I want to do a preemptive thing for Wiz. Wiz, I got an intellectual conversation for you, right? But before we stimulate minds, let's do this. Because Wiz says, you know what they call people that beat up on little people? Ellipsis. ... All right, Wiz, I had to get that out of the way early, okay?
I saw that coming, man.
Did I not prepare that well? Did I give it away early?
It was perfect.
Okay.
Actually, you kind of laughed at me last week, by the way, when I said, are you concerned about our rebounding being below or equal to the other team? And also our shots per game has been at or below the other teams for the past week. And you guys laughed me out of the room, man. I felt very hurt by that, man. I was crying for like 2 days.
Hey, you need to play. You need to hit him again with a freeze. I think you need to hit him again with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that. You remember that song "Cry No More"? DSJ, you remember that song "Cry No More"? Cry no more. I'm trying to find the thing where I can put it up here and not get hit by YouTube.
Oh man, too bad you can't use that JT.
You talking about the mint condition
Crimea
one?
River?
Mm-hmm.
No, to the extreme.
To the extreme, yeah.
Yeah,
You can hit them with the to the extreme or that JT.
Yeah. Crimea River, Crimea River. Now, but Wiz, you know what
That's what it sounds like. It was some
when
Prince,
doves
man.
cry.
This is what,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
This is what it sounds like when devil dogs cry. I see.
Oh wow. So Wiz, here's the thing. You know how when you get upset about something and then you fight the air like Trey from Boys in the Hood because you can't help it. You got all that pent up energy, the frustration. You just that's how I felt tonight, right? But as I was punching the air in my living room and my dogs were barking at me because they never saw me do that before, a thought came to my mind. Maybe our young core is just not good.
Yeah. Hey, but Freezie, I thought you were more or less doing the Denzel from Training Day.
Oh no, not that. Which one? He shot me
Oh,
right.
you mother! Nah,
Oh yeah.
oh, you mother!
Yeah.
I got cases. I'm put cases on all y'all.
Yeah, man.
Shoot jump shots in Pelican Bay.
Yeah, man. I thought about it, man. I But Mo got the living room fixed up so nice, man. It smelled like that apple. What's that light apple cinnamon? Them brown ass candles. It looked like a big thing of earwax, but they make you hungry when you smell them though. Man, that thing looked like a big thing. I ain't gonna lie. The candles look like a big thing of caramel, but it had the house smelling so good, like that spicy cinnamon and apple mix something. And so I just in that ambiance, I just couldn't get that mad. Right. But my thing is maybe our young core is just not that good.
Well, the thing is, what's I mean, what exactly is? I mean, I'm just asking the question. What exactly is our young core?
I don't know.
Who do we blame? Or do we blame the scouts for reporting that these people are ready? Do we blame the front office? Do we blame the coach for slow development? Who's to blame for this debacle that we call our draft picks?
DSJ, you sound like DSJ. You sound like we got Dirty Mac.
Yeah, DSJ.
Yeah, that W on that welcome is absolutely faded.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know because when we play bad teams, I'm playing that Tony song. Feels good. Feels good. You know what I'm saying? But when we lose to a team like the Bucks, all I can think about it. Man, hey, somebody tell Dre I ain't talking to him, bro.
Hey, Dre, I got some bad news for you, bro.
Somebody
What's going
tell
down?
Are we gonna play telephone?
Yeah, somebody tell Dre that Quinton Grimes ain't that dude, bro. Please.
You don't got to tell me that. That man Quinton Grimes is a self-check right now.
That's a good one, Drake. He is self-check. I mean, Freezie, you took me when you came out and said that Deuce had a better game than him in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes, bro.
I'm going through so many things at this moment. Like, we drafted 2 guards, none of them are in our rotation, and sandwiched between that was Herb Jones in the second round.
Yep.
like we drafted Rokas and Miles, neither of which are in our main rotation.
Yeah.
And Herb Jones, who's probably going to be all NBA defense.
Yeah.
Not that fake Grimes defense, that real
NBA
defense.
Oh my God, bro.
So is it safe to say that it could be the scouts?
You gotta love
it.
it.
It could be the scouts. It could be
specific
voices that lean us into particular ways where Miles McBride is a Tibbs guy, Grimes is a Tibbs guy.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I was about to say, could it be scouts and the coach because he wants certain type of players?
Tibbs values certain players, and like there's a reason why he got fired out of being a GM. What Tibbs likes does not really translate to winning at the highest level. Let's call it spade a spade.
But what was his name? What's the kid name? Chris.
Rokas?
No, that when he was in
Chris
Minnesota.
Dunn.
Chris Dunn, yeah, Chris Dunn, and saw how that went and everything. You know, he was defense, but then had nothing else.
But that man wasn't just defense in college, bro.
That dude should have
been that dude should have been Cason Wallace,
well,
that type of guy.
He was a two-way player in college. Like
shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you know whatever happened with him and Tibbs, man. You know Tibbs beat Tibbin.
Yep. Still Tibbin.
Nah, I think it was the injury though, because I mean, even when he got traded to Chicago, he was balling up until
he got hurt.
Yeah,
yep, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I was pulling for the cat. I'm just saying, I liked him. I was pulling for him, but it's just
coming back to this game. We scored 122 points. That's enough for us to win literally every game we play.
Yeah, majority games you should win.
We give up what, 105 again? 106? There's no reason for us to lose this game. But the problem is Tibbs' defense is set up for conventional offenses. But the problem is the elite teams don't run conventional offenses. That's why they're elite.
Yeah.
So when we talk about how we're getting abused, like we're trying to like run drop, we're caught in these scenarios where Mitch always has a bad game against the Bucks, and there's a reason behind that.
Well, you got to go out there and stick with a center who can shoot, that can pull them out from underneath the rim.
Yeah,
you got to get them out, and it leaves everything wide open in the middle. It just is soft and squishy in the middle. They just slide all up in that joker dog. I mean,
so figure every team that's considered a title contender has a center that can shoot on it.
Exactly, and I like Mitch. Don't get me wrong, but Mitch is offensive liability, and then Mitch got his hands turned into skillets, man.
Oh my God,
he's
Crisco all on his hands.
Man, look, I was shout out to my man Ron Cleveland. He was texting me, and I told him, I said, man, we need to give Mitch some stickum, put on his hands, some
stickum.
He needs to play with. He needs to
wear those receiver gloves.
Exactly. It's so frustrating. There's a reason why we're like 9-0 against teams that aren't at 500 or below 500, and then we struggle with teams above 500, because teams above 500 or well above 500 play the game in 2023 and push boundaries and push limits to as far as you can in terms of spacing, especially from the bigs. And when we go against teams that have traditional bigs, we dominate them because we don't have to worry about that spacing. But when we have Mitch out in space every single possession, and then Mitch is having to stretch out and space out, covering these guys, and then when teams decide to we're just gonna target Randle or Brunson, it creates a scenario where if you're not running a switching type defense, you're always gonna be at a disadvantage, no matter what's going on. So when we play the Celtics, you better pray to God Kristaps is not back. Because if he is, we're gonna lose that too by 20 plus.
Yeah, it was utterly disappointing to watch Mitchell Robinson turn into Nerlens Noel on offense because
but we were down. We DSJ, we were only down by 3 at halftime, bro.
yeah, and
But we gave up 75.
I don't know.
we
I don't know
we
what
scored
it is.
72.
AJ
We scored
Green got hot.
I was gonna
Malik
say
Beasley got hot.
we scored 72, but it was from like like I would say there's two things in this game that were kind of relatively unsustainable. But
Free throws.
one of the free throws, I throw it out the window. Like, I mean, we got to the line a lot. I mean, we attacked the paint a lot.
Right.
But the Bucks shooting at that clip from three, granted, most of them, the vast majority of them were open shots. And that was the one unsustainable. And I feel, and even though Randle played out of his mind in the first half, he was 9 out of 9 in the first half. It was still losing.
Oh, now I knew it. I knew it was coming, bro.
That's not. That's not an indictment on Randle.
That's
just not sustainable.
Quinton Grimes played 39 and a half minutes and didn't score a point. But Randle?
That's not blaming Randle. I'm saying it's unsustainable. That's not blaming Randle. I'm saying if Randle was to shoot if Randle would shot 5 for 9, we would have went into the half down by 12. That's my point. Well, if you would have shot 60%, we would still be down. Our defense was such a problem.
What if Grimes would have just showed up on offense a little bit? What if Grimes would have ran cross half court? We may have had to lead at halftime.
Okay, and if we did that, Freezie, we still would have given up 75 points in 148 in a 48-minute game.
Right.
Like, we can talk about offense and we can talk about how Grimes is not scoring. He's terrible on offense right now. He's a non-factor. He's probably not likely playing like an NBA player right now. But if you turn around and look, we gave up 148. Yeah, that falls on every single person in the rotation.
But we know that. And Milwaukee gave up 72 at the half.
But Milwaukee can afford to do that. And then they turned around and stopped us in the second half. Did we stop them?
Right. And one of the reasons why they could sustain that scoring pace is because their shooting guard had a pulse.
It's more than a pulse he has over there. He's shooting like 50% on threes right now.
Oh, you talking about Beasley?
Yeah, Malik
Beasley
is shooting 50% on threes on like 7 a game. Like
correct me if I'm wrong. He is what, number 4? He's 4th in the league in threes.
Yeah, he's playing out of his mind. He's playing out of his mind in terms of the catch and shoots, and they're getting a lot of those catch and shoots because Giannis and Dame are they draw so much attention because of their greatness, and they actually find guys consistently, even when they're off. Like, it's not a jab at Brunson, but he's not the playmaker Dame is either. Not yet at this point.
So let me clarify something. So Beasley is shooting 45% coming into the game. Brunson coming into the game was shooting 47%. So it's not like we never saw we didn't see a backcourt guy shooting that much, and coming into the game that man was only averaging 11 points a game. Right? I'm not saying that this guy is not a great shooter or is on a hot streak. What I'm saying, and I think all of y'all understand what I'm getting at, is Damian Lillard and Malik Beasley both attacked the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson started off the game slow, right?
Yeah, he did.
Which happens. It happens, bro. It happens. And nobody's game is going to be the same from game to game, right? But when Jalen Brunson's offense was off, we had zero help in the backcourt.
Yep.
Zero.
Right, because even Dame started off slow, so it's not like, you know what I'm saying, it was a matter of Dame was immediately a factor outplaying Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Both of them was you know what I'm saying, started off slow. Matter of fact, though, the one good thing that Grimes did that I saw was I think it was like maybe 6 minutes into the game where he deflects a pass from Dame, creates a fast break for us, and we end up going to the line behind it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, again, there were problems, there were fits that was thrown, but Yeah, as far as the scoring output, I mean, there was one play where I looked at Grimes actually put the ball on the floor, got past his defender, got into the free throw area about 17 feet in, and instead of doing at least a pull up jumper, he elected to pass it to the
Pass it
baseline
out.
where RJ was.
Of course, bro.
And it's like, fam, like the the mid range exists, right?
Play
I mean,
basketball at that point.
there at this point that's an area on the floor you can at least shoot from, and the coach won't kill you for it.
Bro, DSJ, let me ask you this. Because you're a culture guy. Have you ever seen that movie Two Can Play That Game?
Yeah.
With Shantae?
Oh yeah.
And when they was talking about what's the name? Morris Chestnut, whatever, she was like, got to go. Like, ain't nothing he could do. There was nothing that man can do to get shit. That's where I'm at with Grimes, bro. There's nothing that man could do right now.
FIBA Grimes is FIBA Grimes ain't it.
He got to go, bro. This dude is a vending machine, Frank Ntilikina, bro.
Yeah. Hey, that's why he's now earned the name FIBA Grimes. FIBA
Right.
Frank was it initially. Seemed like the only time he plays well is in the summertime.
Right.
And Grimes look like it's the same way. Like you play well only in the Memphis gym when Anthony Penny Hardaway is passing you the ball, I guess. I don't know.
Bro, you spent the summer with JJ Redick and Penny Hardaway and Calvin Sampson, and you come back looking like this? Bro, you got basically what I'm getting at is the Knicks aren't the
you say he looking like Lil Darryl.
Lil Darryl. He looking just like no, what's the snotty nose kid from Martin? Roscoe. Yeah, this bro.
I'm sorry, Martin.
Bro, and so what I'm saying to the basketball purists that watch the channel for like the pure basketball aspect of it, basically what I'm saying is a offense has to be balanced. And when an offense is not balanced, when every defender on the defensive side doesn't feel threatened, multiple things happen. First of all, their two best scorers can rest on defense, for one. One man can guard two people. Right? And so when you have Mitch on the floor, and we know what Mitch is, we know Mitch is 15 times better than Grimes. Right? But when you have Mitch on the floor and Grimes on the floor, and now the floor is not balanced. RJ's not hitting his jumpers. No passing, no driving lanes, no space. We're predictable. We're the low-hanging fruit for other people. Right? We're not the apex predator. You know what I'm saying? We're the middle tier predator. Right? We're the ones eating snails and stuff until the pterodactyls and Tyrannosaurus Rexes come. Right? Until we get it, we have to balance the floor. And everybody knows that Grimes is struggling. And quite frankly, Quickly looks bad, man.
I would say all of the Villanova guys were trash tonight. All of them were.
Yep.
I'll say this reason. No one played well outside of Randle. On offense alone. Every other aspect of this game was trash. I throw it out.
But the defense was bad on that three. But sorry, I ain't mean to cut you off. Let me get out of the way real quick, Drake. But that's something we've been dealing with. I mean, with these threes and everything, that's nothing new. We've been dealing with this for how long now? How long
we beat up on teams that play this conventional inside out style of basketball. We destroy those teams. But when you go up against the elite that have pivots to what you want to take away, there's no changing a Tom Thibodeau defense. So
remember
there's a reason why we like my bad soul, but there's a reason why like we hold these regular teams to 100 points, 95 points, and every time we go against the elite teams, they drop 120, 130 on us, and we wondering why can't we stop them? Like this is just gonna be a thing that's gonna happen. Like even if we had the requisite talent, like even when we talk about how we playing 3-on-5 on offense, we scored 122 points still.
Right.
If you scoring 122 points, you should not be losing.
But you can't.
But we lost by 20 plus.
Yeah,
we lost by
our
20
defense.
plus.
The defense. You can't protect that three. Dre, remember last time we were on, and I told you, and I said, I had problems with balance. Remember I said that before. I don't know if you remember that. We were, and I was talking about that. This is a prime example. I want to see how we're going to match up against them. Okay, we beat Miami. This team was put together to beat Miami. Just my opinion, how I was looking at it. You didn't think about the rest of the leagues. Just like, we're going to beat Miami.
It's one of those things. Like, man, they mitigated our strength because they actually have size. So they were like, we had the same amount of offensive rebounds as them, and they were shooting the hell out of the ball, and they still had the same amount of offensive rebounds as them because they're actually big and versatile. We have a bunch of one-way players.
Yeah, and the thing is, the size.
We have a bunch of one-way players.
And the thing is I always worried about it. Cause I remember I said I'm concerned that we don't have enough size.
I'm gonna go to the garage. I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah, I said, I was concerned that we didn't have enough size.
Car.
Man, Freeze about to pull a tray right now. He's swinging at the air. He walking through the house swinging at the air.
I bet you wish you had Alonzo Trio right now.
Man,
Freeze about to go get him some pasta salad, man. Don't let it fool you.
But this is why I'm like, even if you give Tibbs guys with versatility, he's not going to use said versatility.
When has he ever done it? That's been my whole knock, Drake.
Hartenstein came here being like amongst the best passing bigs, and we never saw. we rarely see it. It has to be impromptu. We never seen an out of timeout play where he's initiating a pass or high low from him to like Randle or something. And like when you have guys and all you know how to do is stick them in static situations and then turn them intentionally into simplified one-way players, this is what you get when you go against teams that have diversified skill sets.
Exactly.
That have players that can do more than one thing, and they allow those players to do more than one thing.
I was tight. I was actually tight last season when I saw an interview with Hartenstein. He said, I had to change the way I played. It's different because I didn't play this way before. And not not to say like, oh boy, that came on to Jesus 8000 or whatever his name was.
It's Hastings, bro. It's Hastings. Yeah.
Jesus. I can't remember. I know, but
he had 14,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of stats and stuff on him. Now I watch Clipper games, and when Hartenstein was out there, I was like, okay, I'm not saying he's gonna be a world beater, but he's a good passer and everything. But he wasn't doing the things that he did, wasn't allowed to play to his strengths. So I'm like, come on, man. So when you hear him saying, well, he had to change up his game and everything, and you do have to make adjustments each team, but
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Right now, though, this is the best Isaiah Hartenstein has ever looked, in my opinion. And I know he has a diversified skill set, but I've seen Hartenstein over the years. When he was, what's the boxing villain from Rocky, the Russian boxing villain?
Ivan Drago.
That's what he looked like with the Houston Rockets. He looked like he looked like the Dwayne Shensis. You remember that movie Eddie? I know basketball.
But Freezie, like
that's what he looked like with them. I think he looked good now. Now, if you're saying Tibbs is mitigating his athleticism, you see Hartenstein's athleticism in spurts, right? You see it, you're like, oh, he's more athletic than what I thought he was. Oh, that pass was nice. And every time he shoots a three, I swear I think it's going in.
Yeah, he was hitting more than when he was with the Clippers. I'm telling you, he did.
But think like Freezie, as a guy he's better at traditional big things. But here's the thing. What if he was allowed to supplement the game that he already had with the traditional big things?
Right. No,
What type of player would we be talking about right now?
But I'm not saying that he don't have those skills. What I'm saying is at a basic level, he's putting it together with the Knicks to a point where a team with a dearth of big men might look to sign Hartenstein away this summer because he looks like he put it together with the Knicks. He might. I'm not saying
Freezie,
he will.
if Joe Mazzulla had him, what would he look like?
Porzingis.
That's my
Right.
point.
At the very least, Luke Cornett.
In my opinion, now I'm not saying he's as talented as Porzingis, but if we're talking about Mazzulla and the role Joe Mazzulla is putting Porzingis in, like a stretch big that is allowed to pass and create, that's perfect for. Dre? Is that not what you were just speaking to?
Yeah.
You gonna look like Sean Bradley.
Or Brad Miller.
Well, just blame that elite coaching on Tom Thibodeau.
I'm saying, but this is why I keep saying like there's a finite ceiling. You can see the ceiling with Tibbs. There's a very high floor. The floor
we're at it. We're at his ceiling, bro.
Yeah, well, the floor and the ceiling is the same. Like it's
right.
It's the position where you will beat up these nobody teams or these middle. It's the
13th floor. We on the 13th floor with Tibbs. That's what we at, bro.
But we not
ain't no going up, ain't no going
penthouse.
down.
We're not going to that penthouse.
No. Not at all. That we at the 13th floor with Tibbs, bro. There's no going because listen. You got the very this game here. This first half from Randle is the best offensive half we've ever seen from Randle.
He was doing everything. Ever.
Right?
And not missing. And we were still down 3.
And the reason why I said that is because if you noticed, Randle went into the half 1 for 1 from 3. Right? He wasn't because there are halves where he got hot from 3 and scored a ton of points, but the rest of his game was lacking. He was just, heat check on fire. This game here, the first half, all his shots looked like calculated, well thought out shots in real time.
Shots, man.
And they came fast.
It looked like he was doing his drills, like his summer drills, and he was just working around the chair, getting to his spots and taking the shots.
Right. And then they go into halftime where the coach can talk to the players and come back out and the wheels fall off.
I mean, that's every third quarter with us.
So do you blame the players, right, who went into halftime? At one point, it was tied. Remember, it was tied 70-70?
Yeah.
It was tied 70-70.
72-72. And then Dame hit the 3.
Right. And then we come back out of the half, and Milwaukee's coach does something, and our coach does something, and the next thing you know, Keith Turner ain't nowhere to save us. Right? Keith Turner legit is somewhere smoking a cigarette. Watching Keith Turner, why'd you have to be Hancock tonight, man?
Keith Turner was out there fighting the trench coat, the tracksuit mafia, man.
Yeah, man. Keith Turner. But anyway, my point though is clearly Tibbs did something at halftime, and Adrian Griffin did something, and then the better team just sprinted to the finish.
They out executed us.
Yeah, I think
every time they needed us. Yeah, they out schemed us, and then you have to execute, but they got how many open looks? Like it felt like anytime we needed to stop, they got a wide open look, and then they converted.
Yeah,
the scheme got them to look, but they executed. Whereas us, it was just like, even though we were shooting well, especially in the first half, it slowed down in the second half, and everything came down to a slog, and it was just a drag out. And it was just like one of those things where it's like it's really hard to win in the NBA when you're consistently behind the 8 ball in terms of, well, it's hard to consistently win in the NBA against elite teams when you're behind the 8 ball in terms of adjustments. every game.
But Dre, you know what though? They at the beginning of the game, at the very beginning of the game, RJ Barrett was feeling it. Yeah, I remember that. Remember when RJ was 2 for 4? Remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
And like 3 trips down the floor, or I think it was 3 trips. It might have been 2 trips. It seems like 10 trips, but I think it might have only been 2, might have been 3. RJ Barrett didn't even touch it in front of them. Right? If you because you didn't need Randle and Brunson to cook, you just needed 2 Knicks to be cooking. You know what I'm saying? So you take the ball away from RJ Barrett and then cool him down. Just straight up, you cool him down. The Bucks don't cool him down. I think if I remember right, he was 2 of 4 for 7 points. I was trying to write it down, but I forgot.
Yeah, he was.
But that my man was cooking early, he and Randall, and then all of a sudden you go away from RJ. Like you don't even let him touch it.
Put him in the ice box.
Yeah, you D'd him up yourself.
It's funny.
Bro,
You just gotta laugh, man.
What
You
else
gotta
is
laugh,
new?
man. Laugh it up.
What else is new? They've been doing that for the past 5 years.
JJ said he was forcing. No, JJ. I'm not talking about.
Later in the game. We're talking about early in the game.
I'm talking about
Early in
at
the
the
game.
very, very beginning, the very start of the game. The very start of the game. I think Brunson had 2 points. RJ had 4 points, and then something. I can't remember how it happened, but RJ wound up having 7 points on 4 shots. And
It's one of those things where it's one of those things where is it guys trying to like make sure they get their all-star position locked in on a
Brunson?
national TV
Brunson?
national TV game? Is it one of those things?
It can't be that, bro.
There's no balance though. This team has no balance. Period. I've said it before. Freeze, remember you and I even talked about it offline. I just didn't, where we don't have balance. We need to have better balance. There's no real good cohesion.
If we don't have my fault, so go ahead, Cook.
Oh no, I'm just saying. We just got shown where we need to go, where we are. We playing these big they're not bigger as in size, but the big dogs. We're trying to get up on the porch with them, and we're not ready yet. We're not there.
If you don't have generational talent and you're trying to win a game by out depthing or having more depth than other teams, then you need to spread the wealth. Like nobody really needs to get 25, 26 points per game. If you're trying to have it where it's like you're just getting waves on teams to mitigate the fact that they have a Giannis in the game. If you're gonna do it that way. But when we try to fight fire with like trying to go 2 high usage guys against 2 other high usage guys, unfortunately that battle is already won when they have the 2 more talented players. That's just what it is. You got to play more team oriented ball at that point.
In theory, though, it probably works because we saw that the fire ant strategy work with. Yeah, I remember the UNLV running Rebels.
Yep.
Right when they had Greg Anthony, a 6'2" point guard. They had a shooting guard named Anderson Hunt. True story. Anderson Hunt rents an apartment from my uncle Sonny Boy in Detroit. But anyways, they had Stacey Augmon at the 3, Larry Johnson, a 6'6" power forward, right? And then they had a rotation of centers of big men, right? George Ackles, Moses Scurry, Spencer, and them dudes. Like they had the goons at center, right? And Vegas was deep, right? So in theory, I think it could work if you don't have to be tall at every position, right? Because Vegas used to spread it out. The most dangerous person on the team, in my opinion, was Anderson Hunt, because anytime you double team Larry Johnson, Anderson Hunt was going to shoot the ball out the screen. So thing, you remember him? He used to shoot the ball so high, he used to go out your TV screen and then come back in your TV screen at the rim.
Come back down. Yeah, look like
he used to shoot them rainbows.
Look like some of Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. In theory, I think it probably could work. I don't think we got the personnel, bro. To be honest with you, at the beginning of the season, I promised myself Wiz, if you somewhere listening, I promised myself I was going to be really easy on Quickly. I didn't like the way Quickly finished the season last year. And I was like, yo, I'm going to give Quickly 20 games before I start saying that maybe Quickly ain't it. Right? And I think this is game number 20, right?
Yep. 12 and 8.
Maybe Quickly ain't it, bro. I promised myself all summer. I went back and watched all these weird games that Quickly would show up and, against a team and shoot lights out. And we'd be like, oh, yeah, man, why did we sign Brunson? And then I would watch us play Charlotte last year, and he wouldn't even show up. And I was like, oh, what is this? Why is he not consistent? And I've been pounding the table for Quickly for the longest, right? But I'm getting to a point, man, where I'm starting to get shaky on Quickly as well, right? Because to be an NBA star, you have to be a star every night, right? You don't have to score a ton of points every night, but you have to flex your stardom every night. And I don't think Quickly is doing it. I don't think Quickly is showing me that he can flex a certain level of stardom every night. Am I right? Am I on imagination station, or do you guys feel like maybe the Knicks young core is just not good?
I think the young core is okay outside of Grimes. It's one of those things where Freezie, I'm gonna keep it real with you. A lot of guys in this league have a bad 20 minutes, right?
Right.
But they play 30 minutes so they can eat. They have the opportunity to even it out. There's no situation when we signed all these small guards and middling guards and Josh Hart, who's technically a shooting guard. There's no situation for Quickly to play 30 minutes to get himself out of a rut. So if he comes out slow and he plays 21, 22 minutes, that's what you're gonna get. There's no other level of minutes he can ascribe to make those bad minutes go away. So if he's hot out the rip, then you got a hot Quickly that night. But if he ain't got it, he ain't got it. And Tibbs uses him in a way where it's like you getting 22, 23 minutes because I need Dante's minutes, even though Dante had 4 points. I need Josh Hart's minutes, even though Josh Hart is a floor player. I need to play Grimes 18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Dante DiVincenzo. There was a point where Dante DiVincenzo had only played 11 minutes. I think it was at the start of the fourth quarter. Tibbs had went with RJ.
The reason for that though, Freezie, Tibbs was trying to match Randle's minutes at all times with Giannis, so that threw our normal rotation out of whack. In my mind, so when Giannis would come out early in the third quarter or early in the first quarter, Randle went out right behind him, and then when Giannis came back in, Randle was right back in. But if you notice over the years, that's what Tibbs does. Tibbs always matches Randle's minutes with Giannis, regardless of context. So that threw the rotation out of whack, which is why Dante only had 11 something minutes going into the fourth. But Dante still what did he finish with? Yeah, he was a non-factor tonight.
Because he got hit with some sweet passes, bro, and he was out there fumbling the ball, wasn't catching the ball right. You like, yo, what's wrong with you?
Man, I don't know what was going on. I'm telling you, man, the cats out there had hands like Nerlens Noel, hands like skillets.
They were nervous, bro.
I'm not thinking they wanted that money. I really think they were overthinking everything when it came to the game because they were reacting. Or they were thinking. They were just thinking.
To mention about the money, the reason why you saw a bunch of those G League guys on the team, because if we would have went all the way, they'd have to actually be on the bench to get paid for all those games.
Okay.
So that's why you saw them. Because we're eliminated on Friday, you're not going to see Jalen Martin on the bench. You're not going to see probably Jacob Toppin. You're not going to see Charlie Brown. Yeah, they're not going to be there because we got eliminated from the thing. So they're going to be gone. They're going to be back to the G League. We just had them up here for this event. And
it would have been real nice to see Jalen Martin instead of Charlie Brown, though.
Yeah,
for me.
Or Ryan Archidiakono.
What does he do? Oh my god, yo, what is this motherfucker doing here, bro? Bro, Soul Finger, you seen this? Yo, you seen this cat, bro?
Yeah, put it to a swear jar, Freezie.
Oh my god, yo, this dude, dude is the worst. He the worst.
Freezie turned into Samuel Jackson.
Bro,
that man should be an accountant somewhere.
Bro,
yeah,
he's the worst NBA player we've ever seen, bro.
Worse than Grimes?
Oh my god, bro. Yeah. Yo, Freezie no lie, the Milwaukee Bucks center sprinted full speed up the court faster than Ryan Archidiakono sprinted full speed up the court.
They made the whack Giannis brother do something on the court, man.
My god, man. If we don't get this clown out of here, bro.
Man, Freezie, I'm just still laughing. Freezie, you turned into Samuel Jackson, bro.
Yo, man, see.
We let Ryan Archidiakono play pointless minutes over Jalen Martin.
Jalen Martin. Yep.
Why couldn't Jalen Martin just get some NBA minutes? He's already
everybody had already conceded.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But everybody had already conceded.
I said they need to keep that kid away, keep Tibbs away from that kid because he's
you gonna turn him into Tony Snell, man.
Yeah, Tony Snell. Snell. I said Snell.
Keep your Tibbs will help your young talent improve their floor. But if you want that young talent to turn into a star, no, keep him away. No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Tony Snell nickname should be Folgers.
Should call him under the bed.
Yeah. We should be calling that man Senka.
Oh man.
Shout out to Tony Snell, bro.
Hey, get out the car. The oil light come on.
Oh yeah.
Ryan Archidiakono really
is trash, bro.
That's like a mafia contract. That's just like he a made man in New York. We traded him and brought him right back.
Yeah.
You know what it is? He got video on somebody.
He the new Herb Williams.
You know he signed with us 4 times. Remember the first time we got him, we put him on a 10-day contract. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Ryan probably came to the Knicks and was like, "Yo, Brunson, you need to come over here because
they ain't got nobody, so you could take it over.
It's gonna be your franchise, bro. Promise you."
Yeah, man.
Bro,
we signed that man 4 times. I remember when we signed him. We signed him once to a 10-day contract, didn't bring him back.
And then on that Tim Boyle contract, man.
Yeah, and then we signed, and then the funny thing is we signed him and Damian Dotson to 10-day contracts at the same time instead of playing Quickly and Grimes. Right?
Oh my god.
Well, again, look at it like this though, Freeze. Remember the only way Grimes got on the court his rookie season was because everybody had COVID.
Like
because Damian Dotson, remember we signed Dot and then Dot got COVID. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, Tibbs was gonna play Dot because he's 27. That's why he was gonna play Dot.
That's why he was gonna play
Dot. That man was gonna get Dot off the streets, bro. Then Damian Dotson came off the streets, here.
He pulled Dot like Elf on the shelf. He pulled Dot like Elf on the shelf, bro.
It's like, yeah, he probably asked Dot, "Oh, how old are you? 27. Play for me right now."
Oh, you perfect. You're a 27-year-old non-shooter that play fake defense. Yo, you perfect, bro. You only 6'5"? You not 6'9"? You 6'5"? Oh, you perfect.
You perfect.
I'm gonna say this. This game against the Celtics on Friday is gonna dictate the rest of the season for me in terms of how much I don't want to say interest I put into the team, but how far I think this team can actually go, because I don't think I don't think as constructive they'll get a win a first round series.
Man,
if we run into say we get a 6 seed or 5th
and play
seed,
Orlando, us versus Orlando,
then we head into the neighborhood bodega,
or say a 4-5 series us versus Philly.
Yeah, it's not gonna look good.
A 2-7 matchup us versus Milwaukee.
When we play against
us versus Boston,
when we play against high end talent, this is what happens.
Yeah, so
when we play against teams that have a top 10 guy, like a bona fide top 10, not them fake top 15 guys like Donovan Mitchell. Even though Donovan Mitchell is a very good player, he's not a top 10 guy. He's not a Tatum. He's not a Joel Embiid. He's not a Giannis. When we go against those types of guys, you see the lack of our ceiling. You see where even when one of our main guys is performing at a high level, like Randle did in the first half, we're still behind, even though Randle is playing essentially perfect basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Offensively, Randle. Like for everybody that say they
He
need
was
to see
looking
Randle
like
in the playoffs, man, come on, y'all.
he was
Come
looking
on.
like 2023 Coleman. That's what he was
Yeah.
looking like.
Yeah, and
2023 Coleman.
he was taking it to Giannis. Y'all remember the one where he put his shoulder in Giannis' belly and Giannis fell and
Yeah.
was
Flew
like,
back.
he fouled
flew
me.
back.
He too physical. Yeah,
Yeah.
Giannis is a crying ass. Giannis
I'm
make me so
gonna say
freaking
this,
mad,
Freezy.
bro.
Every top 10 player, they all be crying. All of them.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You name a
crying.
top 10 player, Freezy. Name a top 10 player. I bet you they cry.
Oh my god, bro.
Jokic, he be crying.
Oh my god, man.
Tatum,
And
he be crying.
but let me just say this. Let me just say
Luka?
this to about Randle though.
Yeah.
So salute to Randle for stepping up in the biggest game of our season. To date, this season, this was the most important game of our season, and Randle showed up.
Yeah. He came
RJ
to play.
tried to show up, and Tibbs hit him with the fire extinguisher. Right?
He hit him with the man.
Yeah,
he put him in it.
he just
Hit
He
him with
put
the
him in a
steel
chill
chair
locker.
across the back, man.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hit him with the
man.
hit him chloroform. Put him to sleep.
Yeah, just yeah. He hit him with the chloroform and shaved his head, Jake the Snake.
Yeah. Yeah, hit him with.
Yo, that's hilarious.
I'm starting Freezy. I'm not even gonna lie. I think a lot of Grimes' issues right now is just like mental.
It's mental. It's mental, man.
Because
it's
he
mental.
said
That's what
he
is.
said it's like shooting 100-pound ball.
Ball.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know why? We brought in a guy to do Grimes things. That's why
Mm-hmm.
we brought in Dante to do Grimes things.
But-
And when Grimes is not playing like he was last year, hey, we got Dante ready to play 25 minutes. Go sit on the bench.
But Dre, here's the thing though.
Yep.
The cream rises to the top.
Always.
Right. I'm sure. I'm gonna say this, and I don't know for certain. I'm just gonna say it in general, and I'm probably wrong, but I'm sure the Milwaukee Bucks signed a power forward this offseason. Right. I'm certain.
Yeah.
Milwaukee signed a point guard. You know what I'm saying? This season
they
behind
did.
Dame.
Yeah.
Right?
What's his name? They got him because Phoenix.
That ugly guy, man. Forgot his name.
You know,
Campaign.
Cameron Payne. He got the
Campaign
ugliest
is
shot.
a very. I mean, everything about that man ugly.
And he peculiar, bro. He looked like a
rodent.
caricature of Alfred Payton.
No, you know
he looked like if somebody drew a cartoon of Alfred Payton. That's
if a 5-year-old drew Alfred Payton.
No, you know who he looked like? You remember Bucky from Fat Albert?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Cameron Payne too, by the way, because he was an original OKC Thunder also, right?
Yep, he was Russell Westbrook's dance partner.
Then he was with the Bulls, bouncing around. Then he found a role on the Suns.
Yeah, he was out.
Yeah,
because he was out the league for a little bit. He was playing for the Singapore Sea Slugs, and then got back over.
Yeah, he was like their sixth point guard, right? Because they had like Derek Fisher, Eric Mena, Reggie Jackson. They had and Cameron Payne. I remember they drafted him and Perry Ellis III. I don't know if y'all remember him.
I thought Perry was gonna be good.
I thought he was gonna be Randle, bro. I thought he was gonna be 20 and 10 and 5. I used to play with that dude on 2K, bro.
He had a name that sounded like someone that was gonna be nice.
Yeah,
and he was so smooth. And the only reason why he's not in the league is because he got a back injury in his freshman year.
That ruined all his fluidity.
He was gonna be the number 1 pick, bro. That dude was nasty. But the thing about this team, bro, is I don't know. Let me ask this, because I have like 10 or 12 questions I want to ask, and I'm not gonna bombard y'all with a bunch of questions. I just ask one at a time, and then it goes where it goes. But if you're the front office and you have access to all the analytics that the fans do, such and such record against 500 teams and 16 points scored in the last 7 games. If you have all this stuff, right?
Mhm.
Are you satisfied with the progress of the team, or are you on the phone right now making calls?
You shouldn't
Man,
be. You shouldn't be satisfied, but this organization is so tied to what they perceive or like what they've stuck with, where they'll trick themselves into saying these guys are worth way more. We're not gonna sell them at its lowest value, or we just gonna stick it out with Grimes. We're not gonna get nothing for Grimes at this conjunction if we were to trade him.
Grimes is gonna go out like Frank, and what I mean by that, they'll give him some more money and then let him walk out the door.
For nothing.
Yeah, and then this you know what's crazy is somebody put it in the chat yesterday, and it was like, "This is the cat that held up the Donovan Mitchell trade."
This is the cat that held up the Donovan Mitchell trade.
I'm paraphrasing it, but it is. And
Oh
the
my
thing
God.
the thing is, I like Grimes when we drafted him. Man, I was checking myself. Okay, he'd be a good piece. Good piece. He'd be a good role. You know, he could develop into a role player. I didn't see superstar on him. Just like with
See,
Deuce, I like
see
Deuce.
how
I
see
didn't
how
see that.
Soulfinger just make the room too hot. You know what I'm saying? He just make the room too hot, make it uncomfortable. Now I gotta turn a fan on, bro.
Hey
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
you got it when you in the bed. Hey, kick that foot out from underneath that blanket, bro.
Or something, turn the ceiling fan on or something.
But he's whatever potential that you saw in Grimes, Tibbs already zapped that up out of him.
Man,
Whenever Grimes dropped 35 on the Mavs, that Grimes today, not even the same. Not even the same person.
Well,
Right.
it's just, but you know what's crazy? What would be sad is he goes to another team and then he flourish. You know, I'm not saying he goes and he
The
becomes a
Flourish
star
as a
on
role
another team.
player,
Yeah, I mean,
like
but
he
you
turns
know,
into KCP. That would probably be the worst part. Where if he goes
you
to
know,
another team and he
so
turns into
That
elite
man is
defense
dead.
with
That
12
man is
points,
his ceiling is Danny Green, bro. That's his ceiling.
that's a pretty good ceiling
No,
that
for
could be
where
well,
he's
well,
at
decent.
right now.
not early Danny Green though. Remember, early Danny Green was
Early
going through
Danny
the same
Green.
thing with Cleveland, and he was up and down in the D League. Remember, they
Mm-hmm.
sent him to the D League for a long time. You forgot about Danny Green, bro.
And then he
Yeah,
comes up with the Spurs and turns into a flamethrower
yeah,
That's what's gonna
that
happen.
actually plays defense.
yeah.
Grimes is gonna wind up with San Antonio, man. He'll wind up with San
And
Antonio.
he gonna
Pop get
catch
him right.
kick out passes from Wemby. Oh God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we're gonna be looking like, man, he didn't do that in New York.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's
people are gonna
just
say we wasn't patient with him, and that nothing could be farther from the truth, bro. We've
We're
been
very patient with him, but it depends on whose care he's in. Because
right.
mhm.
being patient with someone like, for instance, patience if you're on OKC is different than patience if you're being coached by Tom Thibodeau.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's two
yeah,
different kinds of patience.
yeah,
Patience in OKC is you struggling, but you're still gonna get 28 minutes a night.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Mhm.
with Tibbs, it's patience is you're struggling. We're gonna still make you a starter, but we're never gonna close games out with you. So you're
Yeah.
never gonna work
right,
through these things on the fly.
right.
So
And
you're getting this start and stop type of scenario.
and
Oh, my fault, Freezy. Go ahead.
I was just gonna mention the thing about development is, and I know a lot of you guys probably work for major corporations. Like me and Soulfinger probably work for like the biggest corporation in the country. You know what I'm saying? The Defense Department. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So the thing about development, and I'll speak to my development, right? So I had so man, shit, it's been 7 years. So about 6 or 7 years ago, I had a boss. He was jerky, but he wasn't a jerk. He was prickly, right? But he wasn't an ass, right? And so when I talked to him about my personal development, he's like, Uncle Freezie, what do you want? Why are you always at my desk? I'm like, bro, you know I came over here to ask you questions. Send them to me in the email, right? And people will see them say, yell it to me. Send it to me in the email, and I walk back to my desk. And not now, when you get off the clock. This is my boss, right? And so, because he'd be like, do your job. Send them to me when you ready to leave. And so people would see that, right? And they'd be like, man, why you let that man talk to you like that? Right? And I'm like what? I didn't even, bro, I would come in the next day and all the questions that I sent to him, he would have answers for all those questions, and I can use them as a guide so I wouldn't make mistakes during the day, and I can get better at my job and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so somebody else would walk up to the desk and he'd be like drinking his coffee and be on conference call and answering emails and be in a WebEx all at the same time, right? And a lady would walk up and be like, hey, I gotta go. He'd be like, put his cup down. What do you want? I'm busy. And he is busy, right? Because he on the phone, on the WebEx, and answering emails, right? The girl would start crying. And he's like, oh, God. And then he'd call my boss, and he'd be like, hey, he'll call my boss. I ain't going to say his name here, but he'd be like, get Uncle Freezie in the conference room now. And I'll be in the conference room, and he'd be like, why do you keep hiring these soft-ass employees? I'm like, bro, we interviewed them together, the three of us. I didn't know she was a sponge. Every time you touch her, she was going to cry. I didn't know that. Like, he could talk that way to me, but then others, he talked the same way. He would talk the same way to everyone, right?
Not everyone processes things the same.
But everybody wouldn't take it the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, he said, you think Tom Thibodeau ain't cursing Randle out behind the scenes? Y'all bugging. If somebody think that Tom Thibodeau is intimidated by Julius Randle, y'all bugging. Right? Y'all are bugging. If what I learned with prickly people talk hard and they like when people talk hard back to them. Right? But people that are not used to that, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, Obi Toppin, all these guys that are not used to that, they take it a different way. They can't develop under that type of tutelage, I'll call it. Right? They probably would thrive if all those players would have been drafted by Brad Stevens. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you they'd be starters in the NBA right now. All of them. Frank, Knox, Obi, Grimes, all of them would be starters, bro.
I mean, because
Brad Stevens know what buttons to press, right? He know how to challenge you. Mm-hmm. Like he'd be like, "Hey, Frank, man, James Harden scored 40 points in 3 straight games, man, and he's looking to set his career high here because such and such set his career high here last night."
Freezie, this comes back to perspective because Brad Stevens is more closely attached to the more recent college player or the more recent younger player because he was just in it. The last time Tips coached the college was the early 80s.
Right.
But
not just that, Dre. Not just that. I'm glad you said that, but not just that.
Hanging out with Barrett Bryant.
You know what? You see, the thing is Brad Stevens was a college coach, right? But he was not a major college coach. He was a mid-major coach.
So he had to develop over years.
Yeah, so he had to develop these guys. He had to talk to because think about it. If somebody had a good season at Butler, they would transfer to Louisville or wherever. So Brad Stevens had to learn how to coddle and press the right buttons and be an excellent X's and O's guy because he couldn't recruit the Jason Tatum, but he could recruit a Gordon Hayward. And guess what both of them wound up being? In Boston together.
All-stars.
Yes. Right? You feel me? Like Gordon Hayward, it was probably a 2-star recruit, 2 or 3-star recruit. Jason Tatum was probably the number 2. I think he was the number 2 recruit coming out or whatever. I can't remember. I think Ben Simmons was the number 1 recruit going to LSU.
Yeah, then it was Tatum.
Yeah, and Josh Jackson. I think Josh Jackson was like number 3, whatever, right? So if you're Bill Self at Kansas or Calipari at Kentucky, you could cuss dudes out and make them mad, and they'll just stay on campus and won't play, right? 2 people did it that we know. Enos Kanter did it, and Shaden Sharp did it.
Yeah, you could do that when you're known as a highway to the NBA.
Right. But Brad Stevens has to talk to these cats, coddle them, keep their confidence up, because Brad Stevens needs them just as much as they need Brad Stevens. But when you're Calipari, they need Calipari, but Calipari don't need them like that. Calipari was like, I'll get another BJ Boston next year. I'll get another Devin Booker next season.
I get 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bench one of them.
Yeah. And one of them's gonna transfer.
Just because.
And one of them's gonna wind up being a bust, like Hamidou Diallo. And he's not a bust. I'm talking about bust at Kentucky. I'm talking about bust overall.
Whereas like he'll come in with the cachet like, I've benched NBA players. Who are you?
Yep. Devin Booker never started for me. So who are you, son? You know what I'm saying? So and so what I'm saying is the thing with Tibbs is at that stage where he's got a proven track record, right, of being a honor roll coach. He's a B-level coach, right? He's a B-level coach. He's not a C-level coach like.
He is a B+.
Right. But he's not a recycle coach like just name your guy, the dude in Charlotte right now.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So he's man. Yeah, that's Tibbs' man, right? But he's not as good as Tibbs, right? But the point that I'm getting at is Tibbs don't have to waste time with Grimes, and behind closed doors, he's probably talking to Grimes right now, like, "Hey, bro, we need you. You need to tighten up, or I'm gonna have to bench you."
I mean, you could see at the games, he's like, "Wake the F up" in the middle of games.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the time to figure it out. And to truth be told, he's 65. He doesn't have the time. He legitimately doesn't have the time.
No, he ain't got time to do all. He ain't got time to do all of that.
He's not the 45. He's not Jamal Mosley.
No,
he's 45, and he has like 2 decades of coaching ahead to look forward to.
And for that reason that you just mentioned, I think the Knicks may be, it may be time for the Knicks to consider consolidation. Right. And I don't mean consolidation for SGA, but maybe consolidation for Anthony Simons, who's always hurt and is not going to play defense, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing. Tibbs has enough pull to be like, hell no, he doesn't play defense.
Right. Or if you're the front office and you got embarrassed on national TV and all your handpicked Tibbs guys don't look good, and TNT, who I think TNT is usually fair. Like, even though they crack jokes, by the way. even though they crack jokes, bro, I think what they say for the most part is in the ballpark, right? Like Kenny Smith said, most nights when the Knicks play a team, they never have the best player on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a Knicks fan, you're like, why Kenny Smith? Man, he from New York, man. He's supposed to
Boy, he dissing us.
Right. But then if you think about what he said, though, most nights the Knicks don't have the best player on the floor.
Pretty much.
Like some of y'all overrate Brunson, like I overrate Randle, right? But even in our overratedness, Randle wasn't the best player on the floor tonight, right? Long term, I'm talking about long term. He might have had the better game tonight, but most nights Randle is not the best player on the floor, regardless who we play.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Think about whoever our next.
He can perform like it. Yeah. Go ahead, Freezie.
Oh, so whoever our next game is, right? Whoever it is,
Celtics.
We're not going to have the best player on the floor. Whoever it is.
By far.
You said it's the Celtics? See what I mean?
Yeah, it's the Celtics.
Yeah, we got the Celtics.
So was Kenny Smith,
I hope they don't
Kenny
put
Smith
that name on
wrong?
national TV. No.
What about it? It's Friday night? Yeah, probably put it on for national TV.
Well, hold on. When we talk about playoff teams, that is, we're never going to have the best player on the court.
Yeah.
At least in terms of long-term perspective. Now, Brunson could turn into a top 10 player. We're hoping. But even if that were the case, if we're talking about like guys who have done it or have led teams multiple times, like it'll be very few teams. Even if Brunson were to turn into a top 10 player, it'll be very few contenders that he would be considered in that echelon, if at all.
I have a trade. You remember when I told y'all I had some questions to ask y'all?
Go ahead.
I have a trade proposal to ask y'all about.
And that is.
And so here's the trade proposal.
Hellman's or Miracle Whip.
Bro, did you see? Oh, y'all didn't see the pasta salad thing I sent? When the lady took the frozen peas and put pickles in it and cheese and put mayo. Anyways,
absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting.
That sound like you was talking to Miko Grimes.
But so here's my trade proposal, right? Hartenstein, Grimes, and Evan Fournier to Golden State for Chris Paul and Jonathan Kuminga. Now, mind you, when you get Kuminga, you're going to have to think about paying him. He's in the same draft as Grimes.
Well, I'll say this.
Would y'all consider it? That's a yes or no on that one.
I would consider it.
Absolutely consider it.
I would consider it, but I'll say this. Kuminga cannot be coached by Tom Thibodeau. That's not going.
He can't be coached by Steve Kerr, bro. He's trash.
But in order to maximize whatever perceived potential, because he's this super quick twitch freak athlete, you're not gonna get whatever however you're gonna maximize that from Tim.
But we learned though about Kuminga. His G League height and his NBA height are two different things.
Oh, you pulling the Sherwin talking about how tall he is without shoes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have to do it in this instant because we thought that man was Scotty Barnes' size, and he's not.
He's like 6'6.5" or something like that.
Yeah, he's not Scotty. We thought he was going to be like Scotty Barnes, but no, he ain't that, bro. He ain't that. But could Tibbs get him and turn him into Luol Deng?
No. With you. I don't know if you remember this, but Luol Deng came out of college. Like you went to college for multiple years.
Nah, he only played 1 year.
You only played one?
Yeah, he played 1 year at Duke.
Yeah, Deng only played 1 year.
Yeah, he
was coached by Vinny Del Negro, I believe. And then Tibbs.
Yeah. Yeah, and
he's like Luol Deng came to the league relatively polished compared to Kuminga.
I think, and I think he was a shooting guard in high school next to the number one point guard prospect. I forget who it is, but he wound up going somewhere else and being a star in the NBA. I forget the player. But right now, Jonathan Kuminga is shooting 25% from three, and he's shooting under 45% from the floor.
Yeah, boy, elephant, ironing board.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh
yeah.
man, I would
Can't
consider it. I would consider it 100%, but it's one of those things where it's like, what are you aiming to do with that move? Are you trying to get to like an Eastern Conference Finals, or are you trying to see if Kuminga can grow into being a top 3 player on the team?
I don't give a shit about Jonathan Kuminga. I don't.
Are you trying to get up?
What I'm getting is Chris Paul's tutelage for Jalen Brunson and Emmanuel Quickly. That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah,
right.
The old KG vet to give them a little instructor.
Everywhere that man goes, bro, somebody turns into something, and it's got to be something to it, bro. It can't be happenstance. It can't just happen in 4 places, and then people be like, no, it's just coincidence, right? It can't just be, you got a 6'10" second round pick off the bench. All he can do is jump. Next thing you know, he making an all-star team. Right? It can't just be that. It can't be. We're trying to figure out what this 6'6" guard can do. He's not fast. He's not strong. He's not a shooter. He's not this. He's not that. And then next thing you know, he's SGA. Right? It can't be, this dude is 7'1", a 7'1" small forward. We have to move him to center. Blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, he T1000. He defensive player of the year with the Knicks. Right? It can't be all this dude does is shoot in Phoenix. All he does is shoot. He don't do nothing else.
He don't affect winning. He's just he's just a chuck.
You're right. And then next thing you know, Devin Booker is in the NBA Finals. I think to
some of that is that. Yes, he helped make them better, but he also was a good player in that time, so he actually could produce. So, while he helped Devin Booker get to the NBA Finals, he was definitely a huge part of the reason why with his play, not just the tutelage. Yeah, both. I don't know if you're gonna get that play out of him, but the tutelage is definitely.
I know, but the thing about it is the thing with Knicks fans, and I'm saying all of y'all, I'm pointing out Dre and Soulfinger too. The thing about Knicks fans is you have been devoid of talent for so long that any possibility somebody poses, you can be like, I don't know if that's going to work. That's because you have been devoid of talent for so long. If you're the Lakers and you're like, you know what, we can get Chris Paul to come in here and tutor Jalen Hood-Schifino and Austin Reeves and contribute a little bit, Lakers have been all over it.
They do it immediately.
Yep. Immediately. But Knicks fans, we think if it's not a cure-all, if it don't cure everything, then no, we don't want it.
They don't get us Larry O'Brien, it's not worth doing the deal.
Right.
Like Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the scab right off.
No, don't do it.
We could have had Donnie Mitchell and
Neil scoring, dog.
Scott Perry out here trying to politic, talking about but if we got rid of him, Grimes, 2/3 of our draft picks, what would we have? A playoff team that's worth talking about.
You know what you would have had tonight? You'd have had Spider against Damian Lillard and Randle against Giannis, and then you know what else you would have had?
You still would have had Brunson fighting against
Brunson against Malik Beasley. In a matchup that we like.
And,
right? And say if they switch it. Nah, man. It would have been Malik Beasley against Donovan Mitchell. Okay.
Even better.
My bad, Sophie.
Oh no, I'm just saying. DSJ said he's ripping the scab off, and Dre said can get on Neosporins because he got the green alcohol pouring over there, Joe.
Oh, you trying to make people hurt, man?
And orange juice, you squeezing orange juice in it?
Man, he said bump orange juice. I got lemon juice, baby.
Yeah, man.
With the salt.
Peroxide bubbles too.
Oh God. Oh my
God. You might as well amputate at this point.
Yeah, I mean with a dull butter knife.
Just do it.
Let me just go ahead and get at this rusty saw out the back real quick. Go ahead.
Hey, DSJ, you know what that remind me of, bro? I ain't gonna lie. It remind me of when you remember when you be in the field and you have the Miles gear on and you shoot with the lasers and stuff like the laser.
Oh yeah.
Activities. But we used to do it in the woods, right? And they'd be chasing us and we'd be running through these little teeny branches, right? And you can hear the branches hitting your BDUs like.
Yep.
But when you go take a shower with that Uncle Sam soap,
Man,
Hey, take me now, bro.
You
with
feel
that hard,
you feel every little bit of those Knicks.
hey,
Every scratch, bro. You just
with that
like, man,
hard
just take
ass,
me now.
with that
Oh, I'm
hard,
sorry. You feel
with that hard
every bit of
baseball.
those midget bockers.
Right. And so forget and then that, right? And then you dry off with that OD Brown towel.
Oh man, yeah, man, that towel rub off a few layers of skin.
Bro, you ain't never felt that like that in your life, bro.
But see, the thing, and see, I was out there with the Marines, so man, yeah. But I was in the desert, out of 29. Well, we had some stuff at the Pendleton, but yeah, I understand exactly what you're talking about, running through that. You're like, oh yeah, we'll go get through here, and hit them cameras, whack, 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 whack. You go and take that shower. You're like, oh Lord, Jesus, what the hell?
What in the world you think you done fought a bobcat, bro?
Man, you're like, man, who my dad and beat me with a switch?
Yes. And you know what? I'll tell you one even better, DSJ. I was standing on top of a 5-ton truck, right? And I saw the horizon get cloudy, right? You could just hear it like it sounded like somebody was popping popcorn. I was like, what is that? And my man was like, run! It was a sandstorm. Right?
Oh wow.
Bro, before I could get the thing over my face, them little sand things was
You feel every grain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, salute the White Falcon in the chat. I see you. Look, you sound like Lady Eloise Marcus, darling.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But anyway, I guess the point that we're getting at is.
Oh, Freezie. My bad.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had to completely finish your thought.
No, the point that I was getting at is if you bring Chris Paul here, it solves a couple of things, right? So for one, you don't get the lull in offense because even if Chris Paul can't perform, he at least knows what to do and can direct others, right? Two, he is mentoring your young guys, and then that way he can go to you and say, "Nah, Dre, this dude ain't a player," because that's what he did to Landry Shamet. I mean, was it Landry Shamet or was it the guy from Virginia? Todd, was it Todd? It was somebody. I forget the player, but anyway,
Ty Jerome.
I can't remember who it was, but it was a play. Chris Paul was like, "What you want me to do with this?" He just not a player.
When he was in OKC, right?
Yeah, I think it was in OKC, but I think they got traded for each other, so I don't think it was.
Well, see, that would help campaign out. You see what he did he said campaign got rejuvenated his career. Chris Paul.
And he also got rid of Reggie Bullock. Remember, they got rid of Chris Paul. Didn't like Reggie Bullock. That's why they traded for Paul Pierce.
Hey, Freezie. Not to distract, but I think part of the reason Randle was so efficient tonight is because Tibbs copied the Giannis rotation in terms of when he goes in and out of the game. Okay. So there were intervals where Randle could get his legs back for his jumper, for his free throws. If you notice, because Giannis is damn near a 7-footer and he's 270 full of muscle, right? Giannis goes in and out of games in intervals of like 6 or 7 minutes routinely just so he can stay fresh.
Right.
And he still winds up playing 32, 33, 34 minutes.
Right.
But with Tibbs will run Randle for 12 straight minutes or more. And I think that might be to the detriment of Randle. And it might be to the detriment of the team offensively when you have him just use him as like
let me ask you
instead
this,
of just bringing them in and out.
Because I know where you're going with it. Let me ask you this: do you ever see Randle walking up the floor casually?
Mm-hmm.
On defense, yeah,
or on offense too.
Yeah, because he's gassed.
Do you see Randle not closing out on plays where if he was fresh, he would close out on?
Yep.
That may be the reason. That may be it.
But Tibbs wants to run him entire quarters. Like you notice, he was way more efficient than he normally is because he had his legs underneath him the entire first half.
Right.
And if you notice in the second half, like even though they were matching his minutes, he played way more minutes in the second half.
Yep.
and his level of play went down. It's one of those things where I think 30 minutes of Randall is better than 38 minutes of Randall.
I would say this, Dre, because if you're gonna play Randall 36 minutes,
You
you
need a
know
real
what I
power
would,
forward.
you know what I would do, bro. I would play Randall 6 minutes, like when RJ leaves. I think I would subtract Randall also, right? And then or play him a little bit, right? And then take him out at the first quarter, second quarter turn, so that
Six
he gets
minutes.
like 20 minutes of, so he gets 30 minutes of real time, like
Mhm.
actual time off the floor, right? And then consider if you have a lead of 8 or more or down by 8 or more at halftime, just sit him those last to get him off his feet, those 45 seconds, those 60 seconds. Nothing's gonna happen anyway,
I
right?
agree.
And then let him play in the third quarter, right? And then basically what I'm outlining is the Michael Jordan substitution pattern, right?
But that was a legitimately ahead of its time
Right.
for its time. And if you
because
notice,
because Phil Jackson said, "Yo, you don't live by the basketball clock. You live by real time."
yeah,
So Michael Jordan sitting down at the end of the first period, first period intermission, second quarter, come back in. It on the clock, it looks like 6 minutes, but it's actually like 20 minutes.
yeah, and then you're getting a more fresher version because we all know Randall's jump shot at the beginning of games is always much
Better,
better
better.
because he's fresher. Because
Right.
but then as the game goes along, he's playing the entire first quarter, and then you bring him in at the 8 minute mark in the second quarter. What do you think is going to happen to him by the fourth quarter? What do you think
Tired,
happens to him? What do you think happens to him in his closeouts by the end of the first half?
tired. And he's a
And
rebounder too, by the way.
yeah, there's physicality to his game. He's not
Yep.
floating around.
Yep.
So I don't think this is like one of those things where this is where you cap your ceiling and you raise your floor. You raise your floor a lot by having Randall on the court all the time, but you lower Randall's ceiling, the heights that he can get to when you're burning him out 20
Right.
games into the regular season.
Right.
Like he Freezy, his jumper looked perfect tonight, and I feel like
He looked
I,
focused tonight too, though.
Yeah, he did.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I think it's a combination of a lot of things.
But I feel like part of that had to do with him taking the same substitution pattern as Giannis
We
because
agree.
Giannis comes out at the 6 minute mark in the first
Yeah,
quarter, then
we
comes
agree.
in, then comes in like 2 minutes or like 1 minute to go in the first quarter, and then he plays against bench units to
Right.
destroy them, and it's
Right.
not as intensive on his body. It's not as intense. Then he
Right.
takes another break, and then he finishes the half out. That's
Yeah.
actually that's actually the same pattern that Tim Duncan used to take
Right.
after around 04, 05.
Right.
Um, Spur, Coach Pop was like, I think I need to manage his minutes a little bit better,
Right.
and they figured, okay, you're still gonna get 15 minutes or 15, 16 minutes before halftime.
Right.
I think it's better we delegate those minutes in a better way instead of burning you out and then trying to get you to recharge your battery and then burning you out again. This is just going at 6 minute intervals. I think that's better for especially for a big that plays the style of game that Randall plays.
Right.
He's playing up and down. He's grabbing boards. He's heliocentric.
Right.
Let's call a spade a spade. Even though Giannis is a freak athlete, there's a lot of things that Randall does that is very similar to Giannis. It's just Giannis has the ability to jump out the sky.
Right.
That's about it.
Right.
And they're way more careful with his talent. And we just try to throw Randall out there to play as many minutes as possible, not realizing the impact it has
Right.
on both ends of the court, where he's kind of just like,
So treat Randall like a star,
yeah, stop treating him, treat
like a
Randall,
goon.
Like chopped
yeah,
cheese.
we just throw him out there and it's like whatever version of Randall we get, we just gonna get that instead of yo. 32 minutes of Randle trumps 39 minutes of Randle, just because of the
Right.
effort he can put out.
I think Tom Thibodeau is real men of genius.
He
You
just
remember that?
he's like
You
do the
remember those
same thing
commercials?
but more of it. Like real
Yeah.
managing. I think it was like a
Yeah,
Budweiser
the
commercial.
beer commercials, so you remember those? Where the dude always had a bright idea and it always backfire.
Yeah.
In the beer commercials, yeah, I think that's what Tibbs is at.
Tibbs is running Randall on playoff minute rotations. Like it's game 6.
Right.
we talking about that target, that trigger word. Tom Thibodeau rotations.
Tom Thibodeau's rotations. Yeah.
Hey man, we can even date it back to Derrick Rose, man. So this
Right.
even when Derrick Rose was load managing, he was playing him a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
So he throws caution to the wind because he thinks these guys are damn machines.
Right.
He's so intoxicated with trying to win at every single minute that he's putting you behind the 8 ball because he's not managing these guys like they're not living human beings with
Like they're flesh and
a
blood?
tank.
Yeah.
Like they have a tank, they have a battery. Like
Right.
it's a little bit frustrating.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask y'all this. And I know this is going to lead to a conversation that will probably take us all the way through the summer. Is Jalen Brunson the guy, or is he just a scorer? I'll be right back, man. I'm gonna grab something to drink because I know this is gonna be long. I'll be right.
I want to answer. I think can he be? It's tough because he's not here. But I was gonna say, can he be both? Can he be a little bit of both? Like,
nah, I think if Jalen Brunson was a guy, we still want to be talking about looking for another star.
Mm-hmm.
I think a franchise level player enhances Jalen Brunson because once you take the responsibility of being the guy off of Brunson, it's almost like you're giving him the incentive to be the guy. You know what I mean? Like I have the freedom to again imagine having that franchise.
I know where you're going with it, DSJ. Hold on, the thing here, Echo. But I know where you're going with it, DSJ. It's like Kyrie next to LeBron, where it's like
right
when you turn, he can be the guy in spurts. He can be the guy to close out a game, but you need somebody to be able to manage the entire game. And then when it comes down to it, he can just be that scorer, that closer, that finisher, which he has it in him. But he doesn't have the other parts of the game that leads to him being a leader. Like for instance, Kyrie is the number one on the Celtics. They went to the playoffs, but there was a ceiling to that. Like he can't be the number one guy just because of his physical limitations or his basketball IQ limitations. He just couldn't be that guy. But when he was next to an A1 or 1A, it was a perfect deal for him to be a 1B where he could just come down and close out and just be a weapon to beat teams over the head when the games is over. But
he was a perfect tandem.
Yeah, it was complimentary basketball. That's what it was. And you need a complement to Brunson where Brunson can be out there and get a hyper efficient 23-24 without blinking. And he doesn't have to go into all his bag of tricks just to get his points because he's not getting double teamed. He's not facing a clogged up lane. He's not seeing as much attention because he has a running mate. Unfortunately, like there aren't too many of these guys, but he might have a running mate that can operate the offense and take over game and basically micromanage games. Because when we talk about Brunson, we're asking Brunson to micromanage games, and he's just not that elite level playmaker where for instance, he's not one of those guys that can get 15 points, and he dominated the game from pace of play to getting his guys their shots. He's just not that level of playmaker. And I mean, in today's NBA, there aren't too many of those guys, right? But when they are there, you can kind of recognize who they are. And like I think Jalen Brunson's best role would be for him. Jalen Brunson's best role would be for him to just be a designated nuclear weapon offensively.
Okay.
Kind of like how Kyrie was for LeBron.
So who do you put next to him again?
There aren't too many of these guys, but you got to put a big wing.
Cream Bigums.
Because the thing, bro, I think RJ could do it. Right. But here's the thing. And I said this earlier. So I hate to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, right? But you got to give RJ Barrett an off season to get his guard body back as opposed to his powerful wing body.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he's halfway between his wing and his guard body at this current moment.
Yeah.
Like he's like right in between, where that's why his defense is gone back up, because he's a little bit more light on his feet at this current moment. But the only way you're gonna allow RJ to do that in terms of being a playmaker, you got to give him carte blanche to do it, and I don't think Tibbs would ever do that. Which is why our ceiling is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know if Jalen Brunson is. I don't know what Jalen Brunson is.
I think he's Kyrie.
Dre, you sound like me whenever I say fire Tibbs for the greater good. I'm just saying.
Hey man, Freezie know how I feel about Tibbs. It's a good. I mean, you take the good with the bad. He'll get you to the playoffs no matter what. That's what he's about to do, barring injury. But unless you have this overwhelming, world-destroying level of talent, he's not the guy to maximize that type of talent. Nor would he ever maximize your talent. He's the guy to steer the ship so you can not be an embarrassment. Yeah, go ahead, Freezie.
Okay. Let me throw a couple of names out here at y'all just so y'all can tell me what y'all think. The first name that I thought about, and I'm looking at the rankings now. The first name that I thought about was Malcolm Brogdon.
I like Malcolm.
Malcolm Brogdon at the point, and Jalen Brunson at the point also, but not full time. And the reason why I say Malcolm Brogdon is because he's got enough veteran savvy to know when to go in and out, when to play off the ball. You know, he can play with Quickly and Brunson. So you can have any combination of those three at any given time.
He's a good utility player. He's not a Josh Hart. He's an actual utility player where he has just enough high IQ and just enough skill to play on ball or off ball, depending on what you want to do on a game to game. And he meshes with other guys because at times he's been a high volume 3-point shooter, and he's been an elite catch and shoot guy basically his entire career. So it's one of those guys.
He's accomplished a little bit.
Yeah,
he's been the rookie of the year. He's been sixth man of the year. He dunked on LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are a lot of things that go with it, right? So I would say we should probably consider Malcolm Brogdon. Plus, he's a sturdy guard, right? Another guard his size that we won't ever get, Jamal Murray. So we can't get a Jamal Murray, so why not a Malcolm Brogdon?
The only thing with Malcolm Brogdon, I'm gonna just bring that up. There you go. You beat me to it.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
That injury history is problematic every time I think about it.
every time he gets close to the playoffs or in the playoffs, he gets hurt.
See, but that's the
But you
that's the
can't
thing.
operate on that logic. You got to operate on making a team as good as possible.
Right. Right. And my thing is with a Malcolm Brogdon, I think you may have to just try to shoot your shot with a Malcolm Brogdon. Because guys that size with that much talent don't come along often enough.
Yeah, they're
for
few and
you
far
to-
between.
Yeah.
You usually have to draft those guys, unfortunately.
Right. Right. Because for instance, Orlando's not going to trade us Anthony Black.
Oh, bad.
Right. So you're not going to get Anthony Black. Right. You're not going to get who's OKC's backup point guard right now. You're not going to get Trey Mann. You're not going to get
Trey
Kaysen,
Mann doesn't even
Kaysen
play
Wallace.
anymore. He's not even in their rotation.
Because of Casey, because his defense is yeah.
Yeah, Kassan Wallace is very good.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you're not gonna get him or Giddey or whoever.
Or Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
But see, this is the thing. Like, remember we mentioned like developing in specific areas or developing in OKC. They took the time to cultivate that talent and let them grow, and now they're like a top 3 seed in the West right now.
Right.
And their potential
up
ceiling or their potential roof or like their potential ceiling is it could be Western Conference Finals by next year. I don't know if they'll go any. I don't know if we'll win. They might win a round this year, maybe. But next year, as they keep growing and Chet enters his 3rd year in the NBA as far as strength and training, not even experience, just strength training and conditioning.
Right.
And SGA keeps growing because SGA is not even in his prime yet. I think he's 25.
Right.
And Jalen Williams and Giddey and all these other guys and their coaches do grow, especially as young as that.
You talking about Taylor Jenkins?
No, not Taylor Jenkins. Dagnall.
Yeah.
Coaches do grow too. When you're talking about coaches that young,
yeah,
like he's gonna have, like those 2 guys are gonna have their first bit of playoff experience, and then they're gonna even grow as far as how they steer their ship and how to manage guys and egos and young players and development. Right. Those like the Magic and OKC are gonna be around for the next 5-6 years, bare minimum.
Yeah,
minimum 5-6 years.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things where it pains me to say this, but when we drafted RJ, we should have never signed all them damn power forwards or attempted to win anything. We should have just bottomed. We should have just bottomed out and got Edwards, and then we would be cooking with gas.
Right.
That was the craziest thing. You decided to go with a bunch of power forwards. So we're gonna be contenders.
And then the thing about it, you got another power forward, Marcus Morris, that decided to never pass RJ the ball ever.
Ever. Yep.
So then you draft RJ to be like this potential point forward type, big playmaker.
Yeah.
And then you never let him play make. And then you got a coach that was like, you know what, RJ? You're cool, but I'm gonna make you a corner specialist. That's what you're gonna do for me.
And I don't know if y'all remember this, but there was a small stitch of time, and y'all probably do remember this, but there was a small stitch of time where when you were rubbing 2 sticks together, you were getting a spark. I don't know if y'all remember, there was a connection with RJ, Kevin Knox, and Mitchell Robinson, where when they played, they only passed to each other. And
it was before the COVID thing happened, where RJ was turning the corner in his rookie year. You remember that?
Yeah,
he was turning the corner. He was playing almost way more efficiently, and then the season shut down before he could play his last 20 games that you could build off of.
Yeah,
because he had like a 10-game stretch where he was balling.
Yep.
And then COVID happened. We changed coaches, and that
a lot of things happened.
And that just changed the entire trajectory of RJ.
Tom Thibodeau came in and didn't like Kevin Knox.
Well, Tom Thibodeau was trying to trade RJ when he first got there.
He was trying to trade Randle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was trying to trade Randall too.
This is
But
why he wasn't a GM, and this is why he was fired
For
from being a
Taj
GM.
Gibson.
yeah, for Taj Gibson, bro.
He was trying to
And
bring
Reggie
Bulls
Bullock.
players back in. That man Tibbs will try to bring back Joakim Noah if you let him.
He was already too
man.
lit for New York. God bless.
Yeah. That man would probably try to bring back Ronnie Brewer.
Oh my
and the Heinrich maneuver. Oh
he
my
would have
god.
brought. I mean,
He was gonna bring back Captain Kirk like a mug.
Well, Freezie, he did bring back Keith Bogans. He just made him Quentin Grimes. That's
Yeah.
all.
And ruined them just like he did Quentin, just like he did Keith Bogans. Did you know Keith Bogans was the all-time leading scorer in Baltimore basketball history?
I did
At
not
one
know
point. Keith Bogans was that. When he went and when he got to Kentucky, he was that. And then Tibbs got his hands on him.
Then Tibbs came.
Yeah.
Tibbs. This is what Tibbs does. He decides who he makes his favorites because all his offenses become like heliocentric at a certain point.
Right.
He decides who's his favorites, and then he alienates a lot of people in the process, and then you don't get the best version or the most efficient version of them. Because I can give you Andrew Wiggins, Freezy.
Right.
He had Andrew Wiggins there. He traded Levine up out of there for Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins was averaging 20 the first 2 years before Tibbs got there. He was on an upward trajectory.
Yep.
Soon as he brought Jimmy Butler in there, it was like, yo, Jimmy Butler's the man.
Right.
That's it. That's all. Jimmy Butler and maybe some cat.
Yeah. And the thing with Wiggins is he was doing it all off of physical ability. He didn't even know the game.
He ain't know how to play. He was just physically gifted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tibbs was like, I like Jimmy Butler a lot, and I need an inside threat, so I'm gonna make Cat my number 2. Figure it out, Wiggins. Do it on your own time.
Yeah.
But and to that point, when he did it like that, he just lost Wiggins, and then it got Jimmy Butler to the point where it's like Wiggs is just the most talented guy, but I don't know where his head's at.
Right.
And lo and behold, you talk about the same thing where he loses guys in the shuffle or in the deck because he doesn't really know how to appeal to the younger guys or the younger mentality. Wiggins had to go to the Warriors to figure it out.
Yeah,
but they had more of
the thing is
nature over there.
And you know what? The thing about Wiggins is I think he already had it figured out. I just think Tom Thibodeau subdued it. Right? He's like, no, don't do those things like that. Don't do those. Don't make those winning plays. Do what I tell you to do. Right?
What are you trying to be explosive for, bro?
Yeah,
Sit in the corner and wait till Jimmy Butler passes you the ball.
Right. They're forcing that man to shoot mid-range jumpers in a 3-point era. That's the one thing I remember about Tibbs. He's like, if you're not going to go to the basket and finish, just pull up. And I was like, oh shit, he turning this man into DeMar DeRozan.
And then you realize when he came to New York, he realized, oh, the 3-point shot matters more. It doesn't matter how you get to the 3-point. He needs you to get it. So we run this super static offense where guys don't move from the corners. There's no real off-ball movement.
Right.
It doesn't matter. The shot profile is the shot profiles. It doesn't matter how you get the shots. It doesn't matter if you're in rhythm.
Kick out to the shooter, 2 feet in the paint. You remember he said that in his first press conference.
All you need to do is get 2 feet in the paint.
The game will tell you what to do. Yep.
Game will tell you what to do.
Because I remember he was asked about the Golden State offense. He said, I learned a lot from Golden State in my time hanging out with those fellas. But what we're going to do is try to establish 2 feet in the paint and kick out to shooters when we can. Let the game tell you what to do.
And you know why he didn't want to adopt the Golden State method in its true form? Because he's so turnover averse. Because if you're playing, that style of basketball has an extremely high ceiling,
right?
But you're gonna turn the ball over naturally.
But it's risk reward, right?
Yeah. But Tibbs is about reward over risk at all times. So this is why you're captured in your ceiling. Like, let me be real with you. A lot of teams that won championships recently, they average a lot of turnover. Like,
and turnovers, and to be honest with you, when I was in high school, man, I played for Mr. Marcellus as a ninth grader, right? And what he used to tell us is don't turn the ball over, right? But if you do, make sure it's not a fast break turn. This is what they used to call it. And now we call it loud ball turnovers.
Yeah, dead ball turnovers.
Yeah. He preferred dead ball turnovers where they had to take it out of bounds and we could set our defense, right? He didn't want to give up. He didn't like the zooming up and down the floor. You know what I'm saying? Even when it was us, and if it was even, stop, walk it up, set it up, side to side. You can't shoot unless they're Sophie, you remember that? Remember the old school rule was you couldn't shoot it unless there were 5 passes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could, if you didn't pass that ball 5 times, you couldn't shoot it.
Oh yeah.
Right. And if you did, I don't care, bro.
And he counting the passes.
Yes, he counting the passes. Yeah.
Lord forbid if you shoot it on the 4th one, even though you wide open.
I remember I was so wide open, bro. I was playing a place that you probably never heard of, a place named Bayonne. We was playing Bayonne High School, right? And bro, we kept running the same play over and over, and they kept leaving me so wide open on that 3rd pass that by the time we kept running the play, the dude stopped closing out on me. He ain't gonna shoot it. And I messed around and shot it, right?
And you got snatched out that game.
But I made it, right? I made it.
And he still
the next time down the floor, as soon as we got the ball back, he called a timeout and he sat me for my homeboy Jason. And I sat next to him and he's like, "You may as well get comfortable." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You may as well get comfortable." Right? Because we had, he's like, "Put your hoodie on." Like this is before hoodies got popular. The basketball teams had a little.
Oh, he turned hoodie Freezie.
Yeah, hoodie free. Yep. Yep. And so I never forgot. Like, I was like 13 years. I was one of the tallest people on the team, but I was also one of the youngest people on the team. Right? Everybody's birthday was in like September. My birthday was like in January. Right? So I hit that 3, bro. We get to the practice the next day. Right? That man showed up in the gym with 3 cigarettes. Right? He's like, "You gonna run till I smoke these cigarettes?"
Don't tell me he was smoking cools, huh?
No, he was a white boy. He probably he's smoking Marlboros. Yeah, but he's probably smoking Marlboros, bro. He's Italian.
Well, you're lucky he's smoking Marlboro because he was smoking 3 cools. Oh, bro, you would have been there for 2 weeks.
Red packs.
I'd have been, man.
Nick G wants to join the panel. I'll drop the link.
Nick G talking, "Can I join in?" No, you can't join in, Nick G. Nick G out here wilding.
I hope it ain't to defend Grimes.
Oh boy, you know what? Let me tell you something. Y'all ever heard my Nick G impression?
Nah.
Let me tell you something, Uncle Free. You don't know. That's what he gonna come in and say. You don't know what these people think. I know that, Nick G. I know we don't know what they thinking. All we can go by is what we see.
And we see some trash. So
we see some trash, and then plus two, even if everything we say is not totally accurate, we're not saying it maliciously. We're saying it based on the stuff the information we can get our hands on, and we got to vent. Oh boy, logically, oh boy. Hey, brother.
What's up, man?
Whose head you about to come in here and tear off, bro?
Man, I ain't tearing nobody head off. Yo, I just want evidence that Andrew Wiggins was better without Tibbs.
Facts.
What?
Wait, you want evidence?
Yeah, evidence. What evidence you got of that?
He was the second best player. Before Tibbs. I was talking about his potential growing. Like he averaged 20 points per game 2 times before Tibbs got there. Who knows who he would have been after or before after his 3rd or 4th year in the league?
Because that season, Tibbs challenged him to play defense, and the player that actually showed out the most was Zach LaVine.
And then
because he refocused Zach LaVine. He put Zach LaVine at the 2.
Then he blew his knee out after playing them. Man, did you know this, Nick G? The Wolves had the top 3 players in the league for minutes played per game. It was Karl Towns, Wiggins, and Zach LaVine.
Yeah, they
And he
all
blew out
were
Zach
under
LaVine's knee.
25, but they were all under 25.
Ain't no way
Like,
all three of them were supposed to play 38 minutes a night, man. All three of them.
man, okay, but you guys, are you guys kidding me? Like at under 25?
That's not.
Bruh.
That's still not okay. You're not supposed to play nobody 39 minutes a night. They were playing actually closer to 40.
You might as well just go ahead and put. Yeah, I'm about to say just add the extra minute on there. Go ahead.
Yeah.
They were playing legitimately 40 minutes a night.
They were all under 25, bruh. You know what I could have done under 25?
Pants under Tibbs.
Pause.
Pants.
Bruh. I'm like, y'all making that excuse, and the one thing I understand how people like to say the minutes restriction stuff and this load management nonsense. I always tell people, seriously, when you do the research and you start looking at who created load management, it was for big men 7 foot and over, started by San Antonio.
Karl Towns is 7 foot, and I don't know if you've noticed, but recently Karl Towns has had.
It was to extend Tim Duncan's career.
I know that, but hold on.
Okay.
If you know, Karl Towns in the last 2 offseasons has had knee surgeries. I don't know if you've known that. Known that.
Okay.
And
you think that's because of Tibbs that one season?
He's not 30 yet. No, he's got a lot of tire on his. Like he's got a lot of tread on his tire.
He was hurt in Kentucky.
Yeah, and if he was hurt at Kentucky, why are you playing 40 minutes a night as a center?
Bro, he's under 25. You act like Karl Towns to run after people. He's playing under the basket to defend. Like his movement is limited.
No. In today's NBA,
but we're still talking about 2015, 2016.
No.
Your movement wasn't that far.
Big men do more running than everybody on the floor, bro.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, Mr. Kneecaps. I hear you.
It's not true. Nick G, it's science, bro. The 3-point line to 3-point line is a shorter distance than rim to rim. It's science. They do more running, bro. Right?
Okay.
Is that not a fact?
3-point line to 3-point line is a shorter distance than rim to rim.
Hey man, we could talk about how Luol Deng averaged the most minutes in the entire league, and he definitely was under 25 when Tibbs got there. And we know how his career turned out, where his body just completely broke down.
Yeah.
Bro, he had a lung infection when he went after getting spinal tapped. Please, if you want me to break down what that is, because I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. I'm an ER nurse at that. I could tell you what he had. Because I'm telling you, it is wrong. What I'm trying to say that Luol Deng broke down specifically because of Tibbs.
Right.
That is absolutely wrong. He had spinal tap and got infected.
He had lower leg extremity injuries the entire time. Besides that,
yeah.
Okay, but name a player that does it. Okay, you know what I always don't like that people use. That research for load management or to say that a player plays too many minutes, it does not always match up with what always happens with load management, because then Kawhi Leonard should always be playing every game or at least be able to play in the playoffs. It has not happened. That is such BS.
Here's the thing.
You want to break down how many players that falls apart on?
Hold on, Niggy. I don't ascribe to straight up load management.
Okay.
I do ascribe to like, yo, these people are living human beings. They're not like unbreakable. Like the more time you put them on the court, the more variables, the more chances there are for things to go wrong. This is my thing. Like a guy playing 38 minutes in 1995 is not a guy playing 38 minutes in 2015. The pace of the game is completely different. The things that players are asked to do are completely different, and it's way more
physicality is different.
Okay, all right.
I don't ascribe to load management. I ascribe to, yo, can you not play guys 39 minutes every night? That's cool. Like, you can play them 30, 32, 33, 34. Cool.
Drake.
40 is
Drake.
a bit much. You can watch guys on the court.
I knew Nick G was gonna come in here and try to knock somebody's head off. I thought it was gonna be me though.
Dre, they calling me to something, but let me throw one thing out there for like basketball history. The last time that we played at this pace, at the closest in pace, and the closest physicalities was the late 80s, 88, all the way up to 92.
Yeah.
We had Rick Pitino in that fast break offense. We had Don Nelson. We had close to the same amount of possessions per game.
Don't forget the Denver Nuggets.
And we had the physicality of that time period. Yeah, Denver Nuggets. They also fit, I think, the Bullets too.
The Phoenix Suns.
Well, what if I told you all the superstars of that era, for the most part, all had career-ending injuries that tore them out, basically ended their career short in their early 30s? I could give you Isaiah
all
Thomas.
Those teams.
I could give you Larry Bird.
Yeah, but then come on, Bruce. Isaiah Thomas still existed before that era, though. Where they still used to pull people. Okay.
I'm agreeing with you to a certain extent. I'm not dismissing.
I'm not.
That's why I know Freezie not gonna agree with you, but in some of that stuff.
Not on this one. We usually agree, but just not on this one. I don't.
Well, okay, and that's fine, and I gotta go. But one of the things that I'll come back. But one of the things that I just don't like people to do with this argument against Tibbs, and I don't believe Tibbs is a perfect coach. I think he's a damn good coach, and teams fall apart when he leaves. I don't want to just be too quick to fire Tibbs. That I hate to just fire Tibbs because it's Tibbs talk. Like Roy, we did have a Roy Hoiberg, Roy, whatever his name was,
Fred Hoiberg.
Hoiberg. Fred, yeah, Hoiberg from and then you had Ryan Saunders. You had a lot of people that took over from Tibbs, and those teams really did spiral after Tibbs.
You know why?
I'm not saying
because Tibbs was the GM on the Wolves, and he left that team in chaos. That's why he got.
But it was okay. But bro, they were still, even with Jimmy leaving, they were still on a playoff track while Tibbs was there. They could have made the playoffs.
But I mean,
and then the coach
Tibbs is gonna get you to the playoffs.
Exactly, but that's what you need if you want to grow. There was another thing I wanted to like go upside Freezie head with. The idea that Tibbs comes in and just
somebody in the emergency room need your help.
Nah, they can wait. Forget that. Nah, they gonna wait. It's just a simple car accident. They gonna keep their legs on, whatever.
Okay. I was wondering, bro.
No. Because it's Freezie. I got to do this. No, he gonna like tell me that RJ's development got hurt because of Tibbs. Tibbs always refines his wings. He breaks it down he always breaks it down from the simple form. Get this right, then we move you up a step. Because RJ has been progressing from a playmaking standpoint.
Raise your floor. Don't worry about your ceiling. Raise your floor. Don't worry about your ceiling.
Well, not just that, but also too, it gives you. You have to get the basics, the fundamentals, and build on top of that. And the idea that we're like bashing Grimes right now, he has to go through this too. He's technically in his second season.
Ain't no technically, bro. Technically, is not accurate.
Right? So it's not accurate?
No, technically, it's not accurate. He's actually in his third season. We like if we say something
of minutes, he's not in his second season of minutes played.
Right. And
on
Joel
average,
Embiid is not in his 10th season in minutes played. Right. No, I got you.
Well, with them kneecaps, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you, Nick G, is
another bad argument for load management. Go ahead. Yeah.
No. Man, I don't care about the load management part. I care about the running part. Right. That's what I care about. I don't care if you shave off 3 minutes a game. I don't care. To me, it depends on. Just do it the Phoenix Suns way. The Phoenix Suns have the best training staff in the NBA. Just do it their way. They prevent big time injuries, and they've done it for years.
I agree.
Right. My thing is with the load or with the minutes thing. I don't care because I think all NBA minutes are not the same.
I agree.
Right. Like Deuce McBride played today. or the 2 minutes he played today, like the first 2 minutes of the game? No. Right? So to me, the minutes thing is not the thing. To me, what it is high leverage minutes all the time. Right? This is what I want to say to you, Nick G. When we were down by 24 with 3 minutes to go, Tom Thibodeau should have sat everybody. But he waited for under 2 minutes to do it.
So then what is Boston's excuse for having a 7-man rotation in the middle of December? Or Sacramento Kings, or some of the other teams like the Warriors, who were still out of it and still tried and shortened their rotations. And the one thing I'm trying to get
my point. You missing my point though. My point is every team is going to do it different. Like, we don't know all the inner workings of those teams because we don't watch those teams every night. But we know that Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson play high leverage minutes all the time. So when they were low leverage minutes available, why not just get them off the floor, off their feet?
Because they're going to have 7 to 10 days off.
So?
Start your vacation.
Well, no. They're not having 7 to 10 days off.
Yeah, because we play
on Friday and then they play like on Sunday or something like that.
Yeah, but Nick G, what I'm saying is this, right? What I'm saying is this. You were not gonna come back and beat Milwaukee. You were not gonna chip into a 22-point lead with 1 minute and 48 seconds left on the clock. So why are they even out there? What's the purpose? Right?
I don't know.
And why risk injury like you did RJ when he played Utah a couple years ago?
RJ also said he wanted to be in the game.
So
RJ also said he wanted to be in the game.
When I used to
box, you can't fight all that stuff.
My boxing coach used to be like,
don't go in
there and rumble. And like legit, when you're a boxer, you want to rumble for 30 minutes, bro. 10 3-minute rounds. Right. You want to just give it your all the time. Like, no, man.
Okay, table this talk, because I think this person more serious than they are. But I'm coming back, bro. I'm coming back.
Okay. All right. Nick G swear he right.
Shout out, Nick G.
Nick G swear he right. The thing is, the thing I was trying to tell Nick G is even marathon runners and sprinters do damage to their lower extremities, right? If have y'all ever seen the toes of a sprinter?
Oh God,
they look like a bag of pretzels, bro.
They look like some trail mix.
Yes, and think about how long their race is. When you're a sprinter, think about how long your race is. So it's not about how long you do it; it's about the high leverage part of it. Right? That's what I was trying to tell Nick G, because you could play. Kyle Kuzma can play 40 minutes a night in Washington, bro, and it don't mean nothing because they're not playing high leverage games. They might get physical, they might get competitive at times, but his 35 minutes a game is not going to be the same as Anthony Edwards' 35 minutes.
No, they're two different levels of intensity.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm getting at. The bean counting, so to speak, for a specific thing is, for instance, I would say this: you should probably be more concerned with the rebounders getting hurt. All your bigs, you load manage, because not only do they do running, right, and screen navigation and bumping cutters, but they also contest shots and rebound.
Here's the thing, even then, Freezie, even though we play a lower pace or slower pace, we're scratching and clawing to get our points. Brunson for sure works for every, like, even when he adds the catch and shoot or the dribble up and shooting from three.
Right.
Outside of that, he's scratching and clawing for every bucket he gets. Randle's game is
right.
Randle's buckets are straight brutality. Even mid-range jumpers, he's powering through. Guys like Giannis.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even want to talk about that. I was gonna ask y'all how y'all felt about the Knicks trading Emmanuel Quickly for Marcus Smart.
No, I wouldn't do that.
DSJ, would you do that?
I'll be honest. I'll consider it.
Yeah, I consider it too. I'd consider that, man. Quickly for Marcus Smart. As a matter of fact, tonight I think I'd do it.
Have you
when
seen
I wake
Marcus
up,
Smart recently, Freezie?
Yep.
He's not.
He's a shell of himself, right? I know.
Nah.
I know, and he's been on decline for the last 2 years too.
It's kind of
Right.
crazy because he's still like 29 or 28. He's not old. It's just like you said, Freezie.
High leverage minutes, bro.
Deep playoff runs every year.
Yep. Yeah.
Playing tons of minutes every year.
Yep.
There's NBA years.
And he's a two-way player, a legitimate two-way player.
Yeah.
That mileage, you're not getting that mileage back. You
And
might be able to change the oil, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna change the whole engine.
Yeah. Oh, I know, man. I had a PT Cruiser, right? A silver PT Cruiser, bro. That thing had so many miles, and I wasn't driving it. I just had it because, I used to go to the DSJ. Don't judge me, bro. But what I used to do to make money, like side money, is go to the auction and buy cars and fix them up, and just put them in the yard. Like if I spent $800 on it, I sell it for like $2,000. Like put $400 in it, and make double my money, right?
No judgment on my end.
Yeah, and I used to do the Honda Accords. I used to do the same thing with Honda Accords, bro. Just go to the auction, get a Honda Accord, put like $400 in it, take it to my mechanic Jet, let him, do the change these belts, these hoses, maybe put some, man, you mess around and paint it and put some new tires on it, bro, you might get $3,000.
Get that armor off, make it real spiffy and shiny on the inside and on the rim.
Take it to my man car wash and let them, man. I might get $3,000 around tax time. And don't let it be black on black. Man, chicks look, man. Girl knocked up. The lady knocked them out. It was like 6:15 in the morning, man. I went to the door with no shirt on. Girl, what you do? 6:15. So, but anyway,
you want this car?
Yeah, she want that car bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? My mama at the credit union right now. The credit union. But anyway, the point that I'm getting at is like with a Marcus Smart, you don't need him long term, bro. When you get Marcus Smart, you like, bro, look, we're gonna keep you for the rest of your contract. I think it's like this season and next season, and we're gonna get everything we got out of you in this year and a half. We want you to make us a winner, right? We want you to. Oh, here come trouble. Damn it! Who the hell spoke Nick G? Hey, Nick G, what's good, man?
This is the late night, so I should just say F you, Freezie.
What you laughing at, bro? Nick G, you just coming here laughing like a supervillain?
But
go ahead, I'm listening to what you're talking about.
I don't know if you was listening, but I mean, you gonna pose
a
question to him, Freezie?
Yeah,
pose it to him.
How do you feel about trading quickly for Marcus Smart?
What? You need guys that can shoot. Period.
Is quickly shooting right now?
Okay, so the potential of quickly shooting is higher than Marcus Smart. One.
I don't care about potential.
Hold on. No. Hold on. If I would have traded for someone, I would say Caruso from Chicago because he's a better shooter and could supply the same defense.
He's more expensive, though.
Okay, but you're trying to win a championship, or you're trying to go for it all.
Right, but I'm getting Marcus Smart because I still save assets that I can go get Denny Avdija or other pieces also.
And Denny Avdija can't shoot. He could defend, but he can't shoot that well. You still that's like doubling up on RJ, like two RJs with Denny.
Except one is 6'9", shooting 40% from three.
Okay, he's still okay from a shot, man. Like it's good team, bad stats. I mean, bad team, good stats.
Right. I got you. But you also know he's not playing with a conventional point guard.
We don't have a conventional point guard. Technically, our point guard is Randle.
Okay.
If you want to see the point guard.
All right.
Well, he does lead the team in assists.
Yeah, he's technically our point guard.
Okay. All right. Who's Washington's technical point guard?
Jordan Poole, as he would say.
Trey Jones. Tyus Jones. Trey Jones.
Tyus Jones. Yeah, Tyus Jones.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, for instance, what I would say, bro, is consider consolidating some of these young pups, bro.
I agree.
And getting a player. I'm not even at this point, bro. After watching this disaster last night, I'm not even against DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine at this point.
Well, okay, why not try to get Mikal Bridges then?
Because he's the
franchise piece. Because Brooklyn is not trading him. He's not even on the trade market.
He is their 1A on that team.
Yeah.
Okay, then why not?
If that's the case, why not try to get Anthony Edwards?
Okay, hold on. Don't get so snippy. I'm not gonna be snippy with you on this one.
You my man.
No, I'm just playing with you, Freeze. Then let's go down the list. Dorian Finney-Smith. Would you like him?
In conference dealing, I don't know.
Can't really shoot.
Where would you play him at though?
You're talking about power forward 3. That 3-4.
It would be a scenario where you could never put him, Randle, and Mitch and RJ on the floor at the same time. Ever.
I agree, but you just said Denny Avdija, so
right. But Denny Avdija would be a backup. I think Dorian Finney-Smith is a starter.
So you think? So who's going to go to the bench if you get Denny?
Denny is going to the bench.
All right. Now who's going to start?
RJ.
And okay, what's your starting 5 then? How about that?
This year, right? It would be Brunson, DiVincenzo, RJ, Randle, Mitch, Denny coming off the bench. Now going into training camp, if we don't make a major upgrade, then you give RJ a full offseason to lose weight, shred up, so he could be a backcourt player, right? So you won't have RJ at 227, 228 playing guard. You'll have RJ around 218, 217 playing guard. And I know that seems like nothing, right? But that's everything. You know what I'm saying? It's the difference between a small forward's body and a guard's body. And I know people say wings are interchangeable, but not playmaking wings. Playmaking wings aren't interchangeable like that, right? You don't want Paul George playing power forward ever, even though we feel like he can do it. You'd rather have Kawhi Leonard doing it, right?
I'd rather Paul George play power forward than Kawhi.
What?
He's 6'9" versus 6'7".
Yeah, but Kawhi is
the strength factor.
The
strength factor. And one is not as mobile as the other. So you'd rather have your least mobile guy at the 4 than to waste Paul George's versatility and ranginess where he could be at the 3 and sometimes checking 2s and 1s depending on.
And sometimes playing point guard.
Yeah.
Okay. I get the logic. I'm just asking from a length matchup because a power. Okay. All right. Cool. I get it. Keep it moving.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the reason why I would consider doing, especially Grimes, when a grown man say his confidence is shot in New York, you got to get him out of here, bro. If you've never seen Zach Wilson or Danny Tartable or Bobby Bonilla or Daniel Jones or you name it, once your confidence is broken in New York, bro, it's over. There's never any going back. But I've been watching New York sports for 50 years since I was a kid, bro. Right? Yeah, anytime an athlete say their confidence is broken in New York, it never ends well. Right now, Quinton Grimes is Chuck Knobloch.
God.
DSJ, you remember that when Chuck Knobloch couldn't throw the ball to first base? Remember that?
You calling that man Jason Bay.
Yeah, he Jason Bay, bro. right? He's Jack McDowell, bro. Once your confidence get broken in New York, so I'm not saying don't show the kid any pity, right? What I'm saying is I'm not gonna pick him to be the case study for turning 150 years of sports stuff around. No, just get him out of here, start all over.
So you really think he won't bounce back at all, even this season?
Nick G, you ain't hear nothing, bro.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. I'm just asking this. I understand what the statement you just made. I'm just saying you believe that he will not bounce back at all. Period.
No, his career is over in New York, bro. He came out and said it tonight that shooting a basketball is like shooting 100 pounds at the rim. When a dude say his confidence is broken, bro, you gotta get him out of here.
Sounds like anxiety.
Yeah, bro, you gotta. It's like when you see puppies playing. It's like when you see puppies playing in the street, bro. Puppies don't know nothing about cars and trucks, man. You got to get them puppies out the street, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is with Grimes right now, bro. You know, if you want to see this thing get worse to the point where people start booing him in the Garden, you mess around, man. I promise you. You mess around and let Grimes have it because now it's out for public consumption that Grimes is trash.
Yeah,
right?
people are gonna be coming after him now.
Bro, now Dre, do you remember when Dennis Smith Jr. had the 3 bad shooting games and then they went back to Garden and the Garden started chanting, "We want Frank." You remember that?
Yeah.
When they started chanting, "We want Frank," it was over for Dennis Smith Jr. in the city, bro.
Man, it was over for Elfrid Payton.
Yes.
When the fans got once he lost his confidence, he didn't shoot, period.
Yep.
And then when he went to the bench, you could see it all in his face that he just was.
And it was booing him either way. They booed him when he shot it, and they booed him when he missed, bro. When he shot it, they booed him, and when he didn't, they booed him. Right? And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but New Yorkers can be cruel, bro.
Very. There's no family environment over here. Unless you win.
Then we love you to death.
I do think he could bounce back though. I just don't. I don't think that he could do it in the starting lineup right now.
I don't think he can do it in New York. He can bounce.
I think he can bounce back in another. Yeah.
The only case study where someone bounced back is A-Rod, and that's because he's a generational talent. So his talent took over after a certain point.
Right. Let me ask you this: you don't think Randle did a bounce back after 2022?
I mean, he did bounce back.
But Randle already had good numbers, bro. Come on, man.
I get it.
His numbers wasn't the problem. Yeah, it was
his turnovers.
It was the attitude and the turnover. Yeah, I get
it. Yeah. Randle's and
technically it was Kemba too. Kemba was a big problem too.
Oh, that man was washed.
Yeah, Kemba is terrible.
Kemba was a problem.
Yeah, man.
He's out there playing in Monaco right now. So.
Oh my God, a team in Monaco signed him.
Yeah.
They must not have seen his physical. But I got one for you. Y'all remember Jacoby Ellsbury?
Yeah.
Bro, that man had to get
that man was
so
all
bad
world on the Red
Boston.
Sox. He come over here.
And that man,
it's the same thing Jason Bay did. He was crazy with Boston.
Yeah.
Comes over here, completely forgets how to hit for like a year and a half, and we had to get rid of him. Like ASAP.
Like the catcher we signed from the White Sox 2 years last year.
Oh, McCann.
Yeah, all world defender, all this stuff. Bro, he come here. If he forget, bro, every time now batting, woo, you bum.
It's a different level of pressure in New York.
Yeah, man.
It is what it is.
Yeah, man. Why let Grimes go through that, bro? Just trade him to Portland. Trade him to Portland for
Shadon Sharp.
Yes, a bum. Yeah, trade him to Portland.
He'd have a good career in Utah. It's easy. That's easy, one of those guys.
Okay, if you trade him to Portland, I wouldn't mind getting Jeremy Grant.
We gonna have to make the money match.
Yeah, we got to.
You got Fournier.
Yeah, Fournier to try to build up some cash.
Yeah,
We'd
I'd rather
have
go
to
ahead
do a
and get Chris
three-team
is
trade
Murray.
20.
though.
That is like 20 million. You
Yeah,
you're missing another 16 that you got to depart with.
Because
yeah,
Grimes is what 2.5 or something like that.
yeah,
2.4 and
yeah,
20 is like
Okay.
18 and a half, so
yeah.
21.
So
So
we'd have to do a three-team trade where we'd have to pay both teams just so the money can match.
because
Do we want to
that's
give
about
up?
15 million that you're missing right there.
Yeah, and so you can't do, and we won't get the trade exception, right? The third team would get the trade exception and a draft pick, and that would be their motivation for taking on the money.
But then we'd have to give Portland some draft capital, and
Two
I'm already,
also,
I mean, of course,
I'm,
you're getting a better player
and,
too.
and I'm already upset we gave up a first round pick for Josh Hart, but that's neither here
right,
nor there.
right, yep. That's what I'm saying right there, Nick G. Like the stuff is complicated. That's why I'm shopping in the bargain bin. That's why I'm saying names like Marcus Smart, right? Because those
But
trades tend to be less complicated.
how much is Marcus Smart making?
I believe like 16 or 17 million.
Yeah,
He
you
doesn't
could
make a
do.
ton of
I
money.
don't
Yeah,
know. I think he's just too big of a personality, though. And just honestly speaking,
But here's my thing about Marcus Smart. He's the guy that will take on a role where it's like, yo, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown are your team. Why are you taking this three at this moment?
yeah,
Like he has Scrappy do in him, where it's just like, let me at him, and then he'll
yeah.
just go out of nowhere. I don't know if you know this meme of like the Leroy Jenkins meme, where he just runs into a cavalcade and gets himself killed because he's just too confident. That's Marcus Smart. Whereas he does a lot of things to help you, but then he gets a little bit too confident, and there he goes taking a three with 40 seconds left while you're down five, and you want your star player to take that three, not him.
and that's why, okay, to me, I like to look at how guys got successful or where guys were successful. We don't have a Udoka type coach that will tell them, like Udoka used to, as soon as they mess up, he just used to cuss them out inside the huddle.
Right.
That ain't Tibbs. Tibbs been fired because he clashed with his players, and and so far it's been more go along to get along with Tibbs. I just don't see that though.
I think it depends on the player with Tibbs. Tibbs doesn't treat. Well, Freezer, you said maybe Randall. He cusses out Randall.
I think
I,
Yeah,
so.
I think he
I,
does.
I like well maybe not in the arena, but like I
Yeah,
think
he would. I don't think he does embarrassing players
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
arena.
I don't think Randall intimidates Tibbs, bro.
I don't think he intimidates him, but Tibbs knows that you need Randall locked in, and if he doesn't have Randall locked in, he doesn't stand a chance. So he's gonna err on the cautious side in terms of like not trying to get on him too much because there's been plenty of times where Randall might be tired, but he's giving lackadaisical effort in terms of closeouts. Anybody else on this team that does that, they're getting yanked.
Right.
But if he yanks, like if he yanks Julius Randle for bad play, like as it's happening, like we've seen him like not to put Randall back in the game, but we've never seen him pull Randall out of a game, like out of his normal rotation. Whereas we've seen him do that with everybody else on his team, even Brunson to an extent. When Brunson first got here, I've seen him pull Brunson out of his normal rotation because he messed up something. But with
Right.
Randall, like Tibbs knows if he doesn't like acquiesce and appease Randall to a certain level, he might lose him because mentally Randall's a ticking time bomb at times. So it's just like you'd rather have a chance at having an engaged Randall before you take a disinterested, disengaged Randall, and then that festers, and then that grows, and then it happens for an entire season like it did 2 years ago, where he's just in his head the entire time. Even though there are other factors around that made the season go terribly, he didn't help it. And at that point, like it can avalanche and snowstorm with a guy like Randall, where that's why I know Tibbs is just like, I'm gonna leave Randall alone. He
Right.
believes in seniority at that point, where it's just like I'm gonna leave that guy alone and hopefully he figures it out because he knows we can't really go anywhere as currently constituted if Randall's not a part of it. The best version of Randall. And you're not gonna get the best version of Randall if he's already checked out because he feels slighted.
Right. Okay. So I got DSJ. I have like a question pyramid. I think I'm gonna save some of these questions for later, though. And so one of the questions, and y'all don't have to answer, but one of the questions I wanted to ask is this: do y'all feel like New York or the Knicks specifically are becoming a destination now? Right? Did the front office do a good enough job with rehabbing the image that the Knicks are considered a destination as opposed to a team that was only thrown into the conversation for the sake of having another team in the conversation?
And on that note, we'll go ahead and
you don't want to answer that one, huh?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think Nick G heard the question, but
yeah, I'm about to wrap up anyway, man, and go ahead and get me some sleep.
You ain't gonna make you a Quinton Grimes before you go to bed, man?
Nah, I don't like making sandwiches with nothing on it. just putting two pieces of bread together.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he's definitely that kindergarten sandwich when they had white bread and just cheese.
Yes. laid on top of each other. Oh yeah.
He ain't even.
Yo, can I ask you a question? I don't want to leave and not answer a question that y'all asked me.
It ain't nothing, man.
I'll answer before you dip, Freezie. I think we're more respectable now, but it's gonna take someone that actually really wants to be in the city to come here. I don't think we could just trade for anybody and they're gonna be happy to be in it. Like it'll have to be like another Melo situation where it's just like, yo, this guy really actually wants to be in New York City.
Okay.
Which is it's just hard to ask for because I don't think a lot of guys adore that type of spectacle or want that spectacle. Like Zion is one of those guys that wants the spectacle, but
he thinks he does. Well,
yeah,
he thinks he does. Right.
He thinks he does, but half the battle is thinking you do. I don't think a lot of players even think they want that.
Like Randle knew that there was a strong possibility he would be a Knick even before free agency started. Like Randle knew that he was always going to be plan B, right? Because if you talk to Randle, you notice that when Randle talks about that free agency period, there was never another team in the conversation.
I don't think nobody else was going to give him $20 million. To be absolutely honest, I think he was going to get some money, but I think we gave him the most money.
Well, we gave Marcus Morris $15 million.
Oh God!
Remember
yeah,
that?
We made him renege on the Spurs.
Yeah.
Spurs was going to give him like 10, and he was like, "Look, we got 15 for you."
They gave him 2 years, 10 a piece, right? And we actually offered Reggie Bullock 2 years, 10 million, and he had the spinal surgery, the neck surgery, and didn't tell us. And then when he did the physical, he came forward. He was like, "Yeah, I had the neck injury, man. You know, I'll be all right." Because remember, Reggie Bullock didn't play with us till right before Christmas.
Right.
So
I forgot that. Yeah. Ham, that was a supreme ham sandwich.
Oh my God, bro. Hey, Nick G. So Nick G, I'm about to start. I'm about to start growing these dreads, bro.
Okay. More power to you.
Yeah,
I wish I could join
you. Like Reggie Bullock.
Yeah. I saw I have the big snork in the front.
Oh my God!
Man. You about to grow him like what's his name?
Like a snork. Hadn't seen that cartoon in years.
Rest in peace, Coolio. You about to have him two sides on each side of your head. Like
nah, Mo would never, bro. Mo would never, bro. Mo would never. Nick G, would you tell them Mo would never let me go to Irmo looking like Coolio, bro? Yeah. Oh, y'all don't even know what they don't even know. Y'all don't even know what Irmo is. My bad.
I don't even think Irma will allow you in here with it.
No.
Yo, it's drinking wonton soup with that daggone hairstyle, bro. Come on.
They'll run me out of there, bro. They'll run me. Yo, what's the restaurant, man? So it's a restaurant in Irmo right there on the strip. I forget what the name of it is. It's like the family buffet, something. It's a country cooking place right there in Irmo.
Shoney's?
No, it's right down from Irmo High School. It's on the same side of the street as Irmo High School, probably about a mile down. Right when it go from a 2-lane to a 1-lane.
Chinese?
No.
Chinese buffet?
No, it's a country. It's kind of like Cracker Barrel.
Oh, you mean Lizard Thicket?
Lizard Thicket. Yeah, that's it. Man, that used to be my spot during lunchtime, bro.
Bro, I just ordered from there yesterday, man. Stop it.
Bro, the fried okra in there be bussin', bro.
I ain't gonna front, man. I had some candy yams, bro. Man, the candy yams, man.
Apples out of there, bro.
Oh my god.
And the sweet tea. You know, I get to the comment. Anyway,
when you start talking food.
Thank you everybody for rocking with us, hanging out, man. We just had to have some fun after a terrible game. I hope y'all understand it, man. Rock with us. I hope y'all vented with us, laughed with us,
cried.
You know, disperse that anger that was built up with us. You know what I'm saying? And you know, today is another day, man. The Knicks morning drive will be coming your way, man. Just look for that. It'll probably be somewhere around 10:15, 10:30. Got some VA stuff to do in the morning, so it'll be a little bit later on. But we will be rocking for the day walkers. Because we the vampires for the day walkers, we will be coming your way pretty soon, probably having some of the same topics and all that stuff. Thank y'all for rocking again, man. Y'all have a peaceful night. Peace. Everybody.